All right, great. Well, we're looking at Randy's S&P 500. What are you on, the MES or the ES, Randy?
This is the MES. Yeah. So we're in a trade. I'm managing the runner. So I've already had two really good fills on this trade. Um, so I'm trying to, so this is, I'm going to have positive points on the runner. So the goal here is to not manage it to death. So right now in this latest move down, I've got the runner just over the 618 retracement, which is where both of these EMAs are crossing. So right now that's, if it comes up and challenges that and crosses that, then I probably don't want to remain in the trade anyway. You'd argue, yeah, you'd give away 3 points or more doing that. That's right. I would. But right now I'm trying to manage this to where I'm having the appropriate amount of risk to hit this target down here. And that target's actually a little bit stretched. It's down here at the -4 sigma. So when this starts getting down in this area here around 64, if that's where it goes, I will start managing it more aggressively. Because personally, for it to get below this level here at 63, if it's traveling, then I'm not worried about it. If it's starting to reject there, I may as well take my points.
You're going to be like, don't make me pull this car over, and you're just going to raise your voice a little bit.
You got it. Yeah.
Managing it aggressively.
I love it. Yeah.
More hands-on, kind of like jerk it around by its arm a little bit. Hey, yeah. Listen, I need you to be profitable.
Yeah. Yeah, but see, what I do see the possibility of is every time, it comes over, touches this, retraces, and then it goes up and closes above it. So here it is. We were up here. We've come down. We've crossed to the 2 sigma. It's touching it. Mm-hmm. What are we likely to see? Seen it all day. It's going to retrace, and then it's going to go down and do a couple of closes below it. So a couple of ways to trade that. I could grab my maximum number of points here, just trail at a candle behind and then get back in when that happens. That's one way to do it. Or try to stay in this one, and when it comes back here, stack some more contracts on it. It's another way to do it. Anyway, you get the drift.
I do, and I like the volatility of it right now. I have a good feeling about your trade just completely working out. It feels like more than just some kind of market correction. It feels like we might be picking up some bearish steam here.
Yeah, I would say it's gonna. We haven't been able to establish a trend out of this area either direction. We get a good start on one and then it fails. Mm-hmm. So one of these times we're going to get a start on one and it's going to follow through.
When it turns, yeah, it's just waving, just doing its sine wave up and down, up and down. If you had a horizontal channel that was the size of those those highs and those lows.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It goes on forever.
Yeah, you go to a higher time frame, you can see it. Yeah.
Well, that's a good segue to cryptocurrency too. I think that this is relative to the crypto markets. We've been down.
The volatility. Yeah, this really helps with that.
And they've been down for some time. Going on 12 hours of being in the red, waking up in the red this morning. You want to see green on the screen is what you want to see when you're trading. But sometimes in the cryptocurrencies, you're going to see red on the screen, and that's going to be a sign that there's a chance to dollar cost average and take advantage of it. So that's what we look to do when we can. That's what I'm looking to do. I would hate to see a major market correction that I don't know of. One market correction I came across some stuff on was having to do with TRX, which is Tron.
Yeah.
Tron was talked about be installed. There was a lot of haters on Tron, so to speak, saying Tron was done. You go to Reddit and read about Tron, it would say stuff like it just keeps declining and it's a lost cause, and people in the Tron communities were saying, you know, is anyone paying attention? Is anyone still holding on to their Tron? And then overnight, Tron does some great things, which we've talked about, you know, with just finance, which is where just swap is, and other things have been on TRC20 tokens, and all of a sudden Tron goes up 300%. And now people are talking good about Tron. There's no one talking bad about Tron. You know, Tron at 12 cents. Congratulations to everyone that's hodled, that kind of stuff. Hodled, held on to them for dear life. And now, of course, people are saying Tron is going to the moon. I wouldn't get so carried away as to say that Tron is going to the moon. It's not built that way. However, it did do something interesting with the supply. So let me see if I can share that with you guys. I'm going to stop yours from sharing for a second, Randy.
Sure, no problem.
All right, something interesting with supply on Reddit. Here we go. Says the trend continues and TRX supply declines day over day, month over month, year over year. It doesn't take having a PhD in economics to understand when demand stays constant and supply is decreased, the price will go up. So what they've done, as I'm looking into this, there's a thing called a net negative burn. The TRX supply on March 30th, end of the quarter, always big things, was deflationary with a net negative burn of 3.4 million Tron. All right. Tron supply continues to be deflationary with a net negative burn of 1.9 million Tron. So this is language that is very new to me, understanding negative burn, but it makes sense to me that if there's less Tron in supply, then price goes up, especially as use case scenario for Tron increases as well. What do you think about that, Randy? Makes sense?
Yeah.
Just math, simple economics, right? That's what we're talking about here.
Well, and yeah, it's similar to auction theory and markets that we're familiar with, supply and demand. As supply decreases and demand increases, then the price is going to go up. And
it's basically what happens. And we're looking at these prices and how they're moving around. This is on futuresnetworks.live, or you can go to fnlcrypto.live. And what we have here is just a chart for Bitcoin. All right, right there on our FNL crypto page. And also with the chart with Bitcoin, there's a watch list. All right, that watch list was put together, you know, a bunch of really higher ups met and put this watch list together last night at about 8 o'clock Arizona time, which is Pacific time. And what this watch list represents is a lot of good stuff in the DeFi, all right, decentralized finance. We had a big day yesterday at FNL talking about decentralized finance. And as we went into, and I was, you know, put the watch list together, the other watch list together, these DeFi popped up on this magic watch list that was put together by the higher ups. And it covers Kava, Celsius, which is going to be part of today's talk, Solana, Decentraland, definitely has to be part of today's talk after what we went over this morning. Reef, Strike giving big pullbacks, pulled back 30%. You can get your Strike at Bittrex for $38. We posted the hashtag going on Strike a while back. So big fans of that right now. And every time it pierces up, it was at 90 bucks overnight, back up to 90. And then this major sell-off happens. And we'll look at a chart on that in just a minute. Also, now here's a couple of big ones on the watch list: Filecoin and Storage, two that we were really high on last week and still are, talking about what they do for cloud storage and Web 3.0, future of data protection. And Filecoin was up to 260 at one point. There's barely any Filecoin in circulating supply. I'm actually going to click on Filecoin right here and it brings it up on the chart here instead of Bitcoin. That's kind of neat. Just single click that when you're looking at it, guys. And if you look at this, pretty neat, huh? If you look at, just go to futuresnet, fnlcrypto.live for everything crypto. It's right here on the homepage of that. Filecoin, if you look at the chart, remember we've been looking at these Elliott waves. One of our traders and moderator presenters, Randy S. from Texas, he's always talking about these Elliott waves. And I remember turning him on to, each other turned on to a few websites about the Elliott wave, back and forth. Have you seen this one? Have you seen that one? And well, if you look at Filecoin's candlestick chart, and of course we're looking at a daily chart here, it's ridiculous to see 1, 2, 3 swings up, and then we get some wonderful rejection, which says to us that's just the top, right up here. And then if you were holding your Filecoin, which everyone just holds on to it, then you're going to be a part of this retracement. Now, it's already went one retracement down. It's making its second retracement down. I like Filecoin. I'm going to talk to some folks about Filecoin here on the hour, and I think there's a situation where there's going to be some buying of the Filecoin today. And so where are we going to buy Filecoin? Where will we buy the Filecoin? That's very interesting. Just looking on the daily charts, without getting too narrow of a scope, I would say 131 would have been great. You already missed the rejection on that one. And then a bottom, if it gets down to this bottom at 118, it might also pierce that bottom and come back down and test the second top. I don't think that's going to happen. If you measure the last one, we don't have the right chart here to measure it with. We can go to coinmarketcap.com and measure it there. So let's go find Filecoin, not hard to find. And we'll go to the same trading view chart with some drawing tools, which are really cool to use. Hey, these charts are loading quicker today. We like that. That was the goal. So same chart, just in more of a evening dress. Still has its 1, 2, 3 swings up. The difference, sorry. The difference is we're going to put on the Fibonacci retracement tool, and I'm going to do it from 2 places. I'm going to do it from the bottom first and bring it all the way up to the top. That's like the whole move, and that's basically what I said just a second ago. If you were following real close, I know I go through this very quickly. Is this was going to pull down maybe to the middle of this candlestick and maybe towards this top. The reason why I said that is because I knew that would be about 61.8 or 0.618. 62% of that retracement. So 1, 2, look for another one, 3 would bring me down right about here, which would be the 62% of that whole 3-legged dog on the way up, okay? 3-legged dog. We allowed to say 3-legged dog? Yeah, we got the approval on 3-legged dog. So these guys, I might have to put an illustration on the website that describes exactly which legs I'm alluding to, but it's okay. So then if we thanks, Randy. Yeah. It's always a different room when I know Randy's listening. All right, so if we go from just the bottom move up, this is a big difference. We can see that we blew through. We had a pause at 61 or 62%. We had that pause right there, which was a supply zone. I'm sorry, demand zone. Demand zone. This was a bigger supply zone up here. A lot of people were holding on to Filecoin saying, you know what, this has made 3 legs up. I'm going to go ahead and sell my Filecoin. I'm going to look for a pullback to buy back in. This works pretty well, especially if you're the powerful Filecoin holders from coinlist.com or something like that. They were holding tons of Filecoin at one point. And now the pullback is going to rest above the next Fibonacci level, the 786, right? The 78.6%. So that's where it's kind of closing to. It almost did 100% pullback. And definitely wait for a little bit of a turnaround type situation. If we zoom into a 1-hour chart, you'll see on our Fibonacci levels, we'll stay on the chart. Hold on. I can see that, but I forgot what color they were. We're looking for green to blue. All right, from green to blue. So from green to blue, this is where we're bouncing around that 78.6. Right now, it looks like we're on the north side of it. That could be a really solid turning point. Or it could come down and be 100% retracement. That happens quite often too. But 62 usually holds, and you can see there was a lot of action at the 62. It just danced that line. Now it's dancing the 78.6. And so it happens all the time. Fibonacci's, cryptocurrencies, they probably are more, I don't know, they happen more often in the futures market. I think that there's less tricks in the cryptos. There's more buyers, just buy, 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 buy. And there's less takers. They call them market takers. People that look for selling the highs and then buying back in on the dips. Okay. At FNL Crypto, we call it buying the dips and selling some tips. All right. Some selling tips. Something like that. I don't know. Let's not get too fancy with it. All right, so Filecoin, looking for that spot to get in. I think we're at that spot. So how would we do that if we wanted to buy some Filecoin? Let's go into Bittrex and see if we can figure that one out. We're going to cover uploading funds into Bittrex today. I got my friend Lance going to go through that with me. And I think there's some other people following along. And then we have some people that want to do Celsius today. I've done my research on Celsius. I won't be doing Celsius today. Is that anybody's itching to know why I'm not doing Celsius today?
Is that because they only offer an app on a phone?
Stick around and we'll talk about that and more. David knows. David and I are.
Because you're
We're on camera. This one.
Because you're a thermostat and not a thermometer.
Yeah.
Because you only trade in Fahrenheit.
I only do Fahrenheit. That was the answer. I'm only doing Fahrenheit.
Oh, man, I am so slow today.
No, you're both right. Let's just say you're both right. All right.
Yeah. Or Kelvin. Kelvin's even more absolute.
Kelvin.
Absolutely. That's zero.
Good.
Everybody knows that's zero.
It's getting deep in here. All right. So, yeah, let's take a look at Filecoin on Bittrex. Is it on Bittrex? That's what we're looking for. Oh yeah, you can get it in 4 different pairs here: Tether, dollars, Bitcoin, and Ethereum. So for you guys, we'll take a look at it in US dollars, and then we can take a look at a chart in the Tethers too. All right, look at that swing on Filecoin. It's heading on down. And just like the other chart showed, down around this 138, 137 area seems to be a pretty good bottom. And if we go way back on the chart, that was the bottom of the first move up. So how we've been setting these limit orders and getting, I don't know, not optimal position but really great positions, is by looking at these first 2 legs up after the 3rd leg goes up and saying, well, maybe I'll buy in at the retracement of the first leg and the bottom of that one. Maybe I'll dollar cost average in if it can possibly make it back to the bottom of this first leg. And I'll definitely buy in if it makes it back to the bottom. It is how we've been rolling. And I haven't made one back to the bottom in a while, but a good example is going to be Anchor. We did this on Anchor. Anchor started around, I don't know, 8 cents onto Coinbase. We got Anchor 9.5 cents, and Anchor made its move up to 21 cents. And looking to buy back into Anchor, I said, well, I guess we'll have to get it around 12.5 cents, 12.7, 14.7, 14.8. And why not if it comes all the way back for 100% retracement? Well, this morning it got back to 12, I think 12.7. If I look specifically, it might have gone further. I can't keep an eye on all these coins on all these exchanges. It's almost impossible. So if I wanted to buy Filecoin, here's what I would have to do on Bittrex. Now I'm going to do part of this offline in just a second, but it's this simple. Whether you have a Bittrex account or not, you're going to log in, and you're going to set a password if it's your first time, and then boom, you're in. Very little verification to get started. I think. Wait, no, Bittrex, you have to take the photograph to even get started, David, or is that to put your... your bank account in there.
I'm sorry, I was over on another screen typing. Tell me that again.
Bittrex. Getting started with Bittrex. Is this the hard one or the easy one? I can't remember.
No, it's impossible. I'm not there yet.
It's the hard one.
It's okay. It's the hard one. I agree with you. Whatever you say.
Okay. Well, if it is the hard one, that's fine. But just remember, it can. Making sure my account was set to hide some balances there, and it is. It can be set. It can be easy and it can be hard. Okay. When you're going in to set up an account, one of the things you have to do is you have to have a good camera for your computer, because you're going to have to take a brand new photo and they're going to match that photo against your ID. So you're going to want your ID photo to look, your smile and your face to look as close to your ID photo as you can.
Yeah,
so
but don't Photoshop it either. I tried. I even shaved. I shaved just for my selfie to make it look like my passport.
It probably took me 12 times, and I swear I looked exactly like the image, and I still took probably 12 times of taking the photograph. So Bittrex is tough to get started. Once you're into Bittrex, it's not tough to do at all. Pulling your money out of Bittrex, if you transfer it via crypto, very simple. You want to pull it back out via fiat currency, you got to go through some more hoops. So just remember that when you're getting into Bittrex. I really like Bittrex as an exchange, and that's why we're on Bittrex right now. So we're looking at Filecoin on Bittrex. I'm going to have to deposit some funds. So let me think of how I'm going to do that with you guys watching. What I would do is I'm going to pull my screen down for just a second, is I take and go into my holdings. And that's the one thing, it will show my totals when I go into my holdings. So I'm going to put it off for just a second and let you guys watch what just happened on the YouTube screen. That's interesting. Now, can you guys still see my Bittrex? No. Just the old version down here, right? All right, so we'll go Filecoin on this view. Let me get my holdings in. I'm going to click on holdings. We're going to do this by the audio. And when I go into the holdings, one of the first options I'll see is deposit by debit card. All right, now this is not my favorite way of putting fiat currency into the market. So I'm just going to put a couple $100 in today because it's going to charge me 3%. When you upload your money in Coinbase, a lot of these guys want your money. Like you can read about Celsius, and there's no fees for depositing or withdrawing your money on Celsius. So remember, just be careful when people are giving you everything for free. What are they doing? How are they making their money? And just be careful. Be careful. So I'm going to go ahead and pay the 3%. Let me go ahead and get my total put in here. It's going to cost me $6 to put $200 in. I guess I'm going to go one Filecoin today. That's pretty funny. Yes, pay with the same card. The one you've abused. And check my information, which is always saved incorrectly on purpose.
If you'd move your selfie picture there a little bit, maybe I could get the rest of those credit card numbers as you
Sure.
talk.
You won't get very far. It's not worth it. All right, so we're going to get my account put back over as soon as it shows that it's processing, and then I should have those $200 available to trade with. I think we're good. So I think we should. Oh, it says it's not able to. It says you got too much stuff going on. All right, let's try it again. All right, I guess we're not going to try it with this right now. Let me see here. All right, so if we go back to the chart itself. All right, well, there it was, David. Guess what I just got? I got something from the fraud department this time. Now they know how much money I put into Bittrex.
Is that your bank that sent you a notice?
That was JP Morgan Chase.
You're brave dealing with those people. I guess they could be customer friendly if you got enough in your account.
Let's go ahead and tell them it was me. All right. It says we declined your $206 with your card ending in blah, blah, blah. At Bittrex Inc. Was this you? Reply yes or no. Thank you for confirming your transaction activity. If the purchase was declined, it can now be attempted again. All right, so this is part of the process, guys. It's Chase is looking out for my protection. There's a lot of international people, you know, I don't know. They're just trying to look out for you. I used to complain about it, but if I call Chase, I was kind of rude to one of the ladies at one time, but I told her right up front, I need to vent. You said this is a recorded call. I need someone upstairs to hear my frustration. I said, I've already made purchases with this company. I've already had this phone call. I shouldn't have to verify again. And I said, you are costing me money by making me make this phone call. What I was going to purchase now would cost me too much to purchase it, and I can no longer purchase it because of having to make this phone call. Why am I having to, it was one of those things. Why am I having to make this phone call again? I'm sorry, Mr. Lansford. I'm sorry. Okay, you should be good to go now. I'm like, okay, I understand that. But am I gonna have to make this phone call again next time I miss an opportunity like I just missed today? Is there any compensation for the opportunity that I just missed? She's just silent on the other. I go, good, you recognize that as a rhetorical question. We'll move on. So let me try my transaction again. Let's have some transactional value here. Deposit. Let's try more now. Did you also want this much money? Is that still you? Why are you wanting more money? Because you cost me money and I had to pay more for what I'm trying to purchase. I won't give them the satisfaction of calling it an asset because I want them to call it a currency. May be a while till we get satisfied there. All right, and I was going to show you guys as we did this and take you through it step by step, but as I realized we were live streaming, there's no reason to take you watch me put my debit card into Bittrex. But as soon as it's done, which it says your deposit request has been submitted and the deposit amount should be available shortly, please check your holdings page for status updates. So I'll continue to check that it's already in, there we go, verified. So let's go into the markets. And I'll bring my screen back over. All right. I guess I'm buying one Filecoin today, but I'm going to do it. I feel good about one Filecoin being bought. It wasn't what I planned on spending my money on, but it's going to be good. David, you buying Filecoin with me today? You already did.
I want to know where I don't want to know where we're buying it at. I'm not going to jump in there. I want to see where you're buying.
Oh yeah, I'm setting my order. I want to buy I want to buy 2 of them if I can. So let's look for somewhere down there.
You're going to be way down there.
It happens. We just got to figure out how we're going to do it. All right, so we're looking at a really zoomed out 15-minute chart on Bittrex, and I think we're going to draw a channel. We're going to.
I like 130.
I said 138 would be a nice safe place to get in and not miss. 130 looking to the left is pretty sweet. I like 137 based on this wick back here, this bottom and this red candle before all of the hoopla showed up. So remember, this coin was humming along, just driving along, minding its own business till March 30th. And then Filecoin, just takes off. And it takes off, and it goes 4 times it tried to push up. And after that 3rd time, lots of Filecoin holders sold their Filecoin that were holding it down here at the bottom. Okay, that was the dinero they were looking to make. And then now they're all reinvesting. They're part of this W that just probably got in here because they knew this would be the pullback, the 70 78.6. Okay, 76.8, 76.8. Losing my mind. So Derek likes 130. Derek, where did you come up with 130?
Well, it looks like it's the top of that whole prior, way back. It looks like if you go down, yeah, we're right before there, the peak there. So basically the top of that.
Yeah. So before the big candle there, he's thinking it can go all the way back to there, which it's pretty close.
Yeah.
So I'm not.
So maybe you get in, like, if you're going to buy 0.5 of a Filecoin, can you do that?
Yeah, you can buy a fractional Filecoin. I think you have to buy one Filecoin.
Oh, okay.
When you make your purchase. Let's go try it.
Yeah, let's try it. Because
so I'm going to go 136.
Yeah, do you want it like, DCA 138, 134, 130, 126? All right,
so how we're going to do this is I'm going to go in for a limit order. I'm going to click on, I'm going to do it on my chart because I'm lazy. And so I'm going to go in here and go 136-ish. I might edit it in a second. Oh, 135.956. I like that. I'm going to go up to 136 even. Dun, 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 dun. All right, 136. That's where I'm going to get in, possibly. If I really just wanted to get into this, I would set a limit order to buy the current bid. That's one thing I would do. I would just, let me show you the difference. 136 is where I'm looking to get in. The current bid is 146. I'm more likely to get in at the current bid if I click that. And so if I really just want to own Filecoin, like if I'm putting, thousands of dollars into this, then, and I don't want it to go away without me, then you might want to just buy the bid, okay, the current bid. When I look over to the depth chart though, I see that there's a lot of selling activity. I mean, there's a strong level of buyers in the immediate, price action just underneath us. But there's a long line of sellers still because those people have the fear that they watch something go from 160 to 140. They're like, well, this isn't what I expected. I want out of this. And you can go in and see the price where they're trying to get out of these too. So you got sellers that are trying to get out right back where they probably saw other people get out. So most of these sellers want out at 260, 250, 230, 210. All right. So we're going to go for a ride too once we get in. Looks like it's already ticking down. 15-minute chart looks good. I'm going to go into a 5-minute chart though and try this. See, I don't like the 136 on the 5-minute chart. Oh, that's the bid. That's why I do like that. So I can drag this and move it down, and I'm going to do that. I'm going to put it right back down here at 136. 104 is good. All right, hit escape, come back. How much Filecoin? I'm going to use 100% of my money. That'd be 1.5 Filecoins, basically. It's going to cost me $200, and it's going to cost me a 70-cent fee, unless I can't, not enough for Bittrex credits. So you have to have a big enough purchase or something like that. Because I've only used them once, I think. All right, and then I can click to buy. Gives me a chance to confirm it. At 136, I want 1.46, and I'm going to confirm that buy order. Now it won't let me because something changed. The price of something changed. It's hard to get in, just so you know, the getting in with 100% of what you have left is sometimes a challenge on Bittrex. Every time that happens, if I go in and just say, do the same thing with 75% of the currency I'm holding, or if I type over here to the right, 99%, it goes right in. So we're going to do that. 990. So 99%. That way it doesn't exhaust it. Put this back at 136.
The other thing that you can do, Chris, what I've done is you you get the price that you want. You don't click the 100%. You get the total fee. Once you get the total fee, then you go back and you do max quantity, and it adjusts it to have the total. Like, let's say you want $200. When it adds that little fee, it's like $201. So what you do is you go back and you undo the max, and then you hit max again on the quantity, and then it fills in the exact amount to make it 200 total. I don't know if that makes sense.
So do 100%.
Yep. See, and then just get rid of that. You know, if you have like 200 left, yeah, there you go. So there it is.
And then hit it.
Yep.
And hit it.
Yep. Oh,
yeah.
You suck. You must not have $200. Do you have like $199.99 or something?
200. That's how it knows. Watch. If I hit max, it knows how much my max is. It's 203. 200.0000003.
Huh.
So again, that's watch. Right. It's
okay. Here, type it in. Type it in with your left hand. Still your right hand.
Hold your tongue. Hold on, I got a call going in.
All right, so we'll do 99. We got one here. I'll just type this in here at 136. And that says $267, so something's wrong. Let's clear this. Something's not working. All right, so I want to buy at 136. Thank you. I want to use 100%. I'm going to go. I see. I don't have the 70 cents is why. So I need to go 199.30. And that should cover this deal.
Wow. Okay.
See, that's what's wrong with America's youth is they don't know how to use like a cash register. They don't know how to count the change. They have to use a cash register. I just had to think on, outside the box here. Just do the math, give them their fee. That's how much money you have left to spend, Chris. So I spent $6.70 to take that Filecoin to place that Filecoin order on the board. So if I look down here now at the bottom, it's going to show me a couple things. It's going to show me my open orders, and you can see I have open orders to sell engine at 452. It's got a long ways to go to get to 452, just so you guys know. It's at 260. And I have a sale to sell IOTA, a little more realistic, at 205. I have an order to buy more strike finance, if it comes down to 1050-ish, because that would be sweet. And I have an order to buy Filecoin now at 136, and I'm hiding my quantities and stuff from you. Now what I can do is click on my order books, and it's going to show me where my 136 lives in the order book on Bittrex. So I come down, oh, there it is. It's moving on up. So it sits above someone spending a lot more money than me, the 1400 guy. Oh, he just moved his order up. Never mind. There's a bunch of orders down below me. That'll help pick up this price. You got thousands of dollars of being spent way down below me in the 128 to 133 range. So it's almost like most likely I'll get in and then watch it go against me just a little bit with all that kind of activity and volume sitting right there. Just depends. Remember, the price is tied together with all the other exchanges. And so it's not just the orders on Bittrex that move the price of Filecoin. And you can buy Filecoin on Coinbase if you're looking for it. You can also buy it on Kraken. So that's as easy as that was for me to place the order. Now I haven't purchased Filecoin yet. I have that limit order sitting there. And if I look at my open orders, it's going to tell me some details about that. I can watch that up close if I wasn't clicked on this chart already by just clicking here under market. And then I can cancel it with the click of a button. If I say, I'm not liking this position anymore, I'm going to cancel and reassess. I can also look.
That spread looks like it's getting a little bit more. Is there some slippage in there involved now?
Oh yeah, that spread's getting really, really wide. 4.2. That's pretty big. You know, the spread gets higher on the bigger the cap, the bigger denomination you're working with. It's going to be farther anyway. You're working with things that cost 10 cents. Your spread's going to be decimal points of a cent. So it's always a relative scale. All right, well, I'm going to minimize this, and we'll keep an eye on the Filecoin through the session, and we're going to go in and talk about a couple other things. We talked a lot about DeFi yesterday, and trying to get my hands on Just is how we came up with the fact that there's a lot of trash talking to Tron. Used to be a lot of trash talking to Tron holders. Now there's a lot of Tron holders that just doubled their money. They're pretty happy. They're not holding Tron for a couple $100 worth of Tron. So they're doing really well. You know, we were going to talk about taxes this week, and we talked about the John Doe summons that's being served to the digital exchange, the decentralized exchanges.
Yeah, Kraken for one.
Kraken for one of them. And they're going to be summons to release who is holding what, especially if who is a United States citizen. They're going to want to know some of that information. And we don't know that Kraken's giving them that information, but you know, if you've ever been subpoenaed to give over information by government agencies, then you know that who do you want to be in trouble, the consumers or you as a decentralized exchange that's governed by out of Seattle, Washington? All right. Interesting. So there's that, and then there's also this. There's that, and there's this. I like to be very descriptive in my words, and that didn't make much sense, but this will. I had a lot of tea today, David. A lot of tea. It's not mushroom tea or anything like that. It's just chai tea from Trader Joe's. And crypto.tax is a website that will give you some information as you're getting invested in crypto. So remember, crypto, purchasing, trading, holding, selling, mining, there's all kinds of words. It involves risk. And risk capital should maybe be used and considered for use when buying and trading cryptocurrencies. It also involves risk with the fact that it's such a non-custodial, decentralized, who's governing this and who's looking over the rules and regulations. So as US citizens, our government is looking out for us, both on a level of with the Securities Exchange Commission, the SEC, the CFTC will be looking into it, and also the IRS. That's right, the IRS wants to know who's doing what. And they even asked us on our tax forms this year, if you bought taxes for the last umpteen years, if you bought cryptos, tell us about it. Okay, or just put no. Okay, no. No. Well, with authorizations like Chase wanting to know, you know, are you the one sending money, Chris, from your JP Morgan Chase account to one of these decentralized exchanges? And then I say, yes, that is me. So I'm being validated more than just the fraud department. They're finding out that I'm approving, so I can't go back later and say, it wasn't me, man, my phone got stolen.
Yeah, and they wouldn't talk to the IRS, would they?
JP Morgan Chase, he plays cards with Uncle Sam every Friday or every Saturday night, drinking scotch and trafficking. I'm just kidding, we'll stop there. So did he say trafficking? That was terrible. Token tax.
You said that.
Coin that's a Hunter type thing, probably Hunter. Okay. This lists basically everything you need for the kind of transactional activity that you're going to be engaging in. So if you're the kind of person like me, less than 250, you just saw me put in, this is me, right? This is my 2021 activity for the record. Then I'm looking at using one of these. I can use coin tracking, it's free. Nobody has anything to say about that one. I don't like to use the free stuff if I can help it. I don't know why. I just feel like free comes with commercials, just to kind of paraphrase. All right, so Coinly, the hodler. What's the difference? The hobbyist, the hodler? Okay, you're going to hold your coins. You're going to hold on for dear life. You're not getting rid of them. So unlimited wallet and exchange accounts. Wow. 100 transaction limit. Portfolio tracking, all for $49. This is like your bookkeeper for your cryptos. Look, want to see my bookkeeper for my cryptos? Well, I have the one that comes with the
Big Chief tab. Yeah, the Big Chief tablet and the number 3 pin. Yeah,
it's all in here.
I got that.
That's just for when my wife says, "What kind of money did you put into your cryptos?" And I can say, "Oh, in 2021, I put in $200 on camera." And so, limited wallet and exchange accounts, portfolio tracking, smart transfer matching. Remember, I know nothing about Coinly. I'm just going through what some of these services do for you and your cryptocurrency for your protection. Smart transfer matching, avalanche trades. You know about avalanche trades. Capital gains preview, the Form 8949 Schedule D, your international tax reports, comprehensive audit report. The list goes on and on. Mining, staking, and lending and forks, exchange and transaction fee tracking, 6,000 plus cryptocurrencies listed in the way they handle they'll handle that. They have 6+ years of historical spot prices. Sounds so baby, so infant. Anyways.
Wait, go back to that ETH address auto sync. Does that scare you or what?
I mean, it's not my favorite.
Well, I mean, I know a blockchain is open source, but that's you talk about everything. It's like turn your head and cough.
Hey, they will tell you when you're out of money, though. They'll give you the negative balance warning.
Oh, so, well, it's okay then. Yeah, it's all good now.
Yeah, hey,
right.
Just so you know, we went ahead and we took in the liberty of auto syncing your ETH address, and you're out of money in your ETH wallet now.
Yeah.
And we gave you a cost analysis on this and an invoice. No, this is just a look at what these companies are going to do for you. Obviously, look for the one that serves your need, if your needs. But there's a ton of them. Look for someone that knows your laws. Make sure that they're going to help you locally. Remember, the laws are different in New York as they are in Washington, as they are in Arizona. Are there laws in California? As they are in California. So no dig there. I wanted to point something out while looking at Filecoin. I think it was here. Where did I see this? Oh, it wasn't Filecoin. Found some really cool news.
While you're on Filecoin, did you get my question?
Was it a text or in the chat?
It was in the chat. I can read it. So
I'm not managing Zoom chat right now.
Oh, you want me to read it to you?
Yes. Be my chat reader.
Chris.
Everybody, this is Derek from California. He's going to read the chat. Is it personal?
Hi, Derek.
Oh, Derek.
Yeah. We talked. Hey guys, how you doing?
Chris.
Well,
did you ever get that removed? And was it found to be?
We did talk about your makeup this morning. That was pretty fun.
What makeup? So. Those are camera filters, probably you're talking about.
Oh yeah.
How we doing?
Mm-hmm.
I did shave.
All right. How about you?
All right.
Oh.
Calling about two things. One is I just talked to Mike, and Mike
I can't mute
told
him,
me
so.
to ask you
which one
what
is
is
he
the
on?
hold up on the agenda.
There we go. We're going to listen.
That could have been really exciting.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. The whole agenda thing. All right. So basically, I'm looking at Bittrex to buy my Filecoin. Okay.
All right.
And obviously the USD and USDT are more negative in the 24 hours than our Filecoin versus BTC and Filecoin versus ETH. So in my mind, I'd rather use cash, right? I'd rather use the good old greenback, the fiat currency to buy it because it's beat up more. But I guess it doesn't really matter. So how have you resolved those kind of questions when you're buying stuff like that?
You know, I'm not an expert currency pair trader. Trading the bid-ask spreads and all that stuff is not my specialty in trading. My specialty is putting limit orders based on what I see on the charts And that's it in a nutshell, finding the lowest position for me to get in. And I do that by looking at all of the different pairs. So I go into the wallets just like this, and I'll say, okay, let's look at Filecoin. This isn't Filecoin. Oh, I'm not showing all my pairs. Here we go. Shows the value of all of them when you click in here like this. What are we looking for? Filecoin? Oh, I don't have Filecoin. That's why. It's not going to show me I don't have a Filecoin wallet. I'm trying to buy Filecoin. But you see, like if I'm looking at, let's just say WaxP. So I can see WaxP's down against the Bitcoin, US dollar tether, about the same as the US dollar, and down against Ethereum. The thing is about WaxP is the price is relatively the same. So the reason why it's down less with Ethereum than it is against Bitcoin is because Ethereum is down less than Bitcoin is down.
You know, I get that. So would you, I mean, just in general, would you rather want to use either the pair, or if it's US dollars, that gets you the best bang for the buck, so to speak? Like, for instance, when I look at the markets, I just type in Filecoin on Bittrex, you know, in the market page, and it basically, I can see, so why don't you do it so that, yeah, exactly right there. You can see obviously that USD is down, you know, 10%. So you're getting, in a way, you're getting a better bang for USD versus buying it with Bitcoin or Ethereum right now.
Well, this probably has to do with the price of US tether dollars. Just looking at the difference between the tether dollar and the US dollar, they're $3 difference. So you're going to get the best bang buying with your US tether dollars.
Sure. But what if you don't have any tether? Then the next best is USD. Yeah.
And then you could also look at it against the USDC on Coinbase, because it's easy to convert your USD to USDC with the click of a button and no fee on the old CB.
Oh, let's look at that.
.p, homie.
Do you have, hey, do you have your Coinbase up real quick? Because if not, I can tell you. I can go there.
Yeah, I was wondering about that, looking at a different exchange because of the pricing.
Let's do it. Let's Coinbase.
Yeah, this is fun. This is
we're gonna freebase the Coinbase.
Yeah, we're gonna
freebase. All right.
Woo-hoo, Richard Pryor, eat your heart out.
Do people still freebase? And what is freebasing? I've never taken part in freebasing. I know it has to do with crack cocaine or something like that.
Yeah, all I know is Richard Pryor blew himself up a couple times.
Freebasing?
Yeah.
All right, I'm logged in. What are we looking for? We're looking for Filecoin. So we're going to jump on Filecoin and look at it in the US dollar market on Coinbase Pro.
Yeah, you're using the Pro edition here, aren't you?
And it's at $1. It's at $150. If you look at the US dollar, it's 151 on Bittrex up here at the top.
Interesting.
So let's go ahead and click.
Well, Derek loves a quarter point. Okay.
I do. That's
he does.
You know me too well.
So yeah, it's about $1.03. Now that's the last trading price. So, you know, if you were going to buy Filecoin, you're still going to put an order in at the price you're going to put an order in.
So it seems like that's weird. You're actually getting a little bit better price on.
If you bought the market.
Right.
But even there, you're still having to take the spread into consideration, which you can see there's very little spread going on the order book.
Right.
On
Coinbase.
Yeah, what's going on here?
And then what's the spread on Bittrex right now? Let's see. Oh,
where's the center? There it is. Hey, how you doing? All right, so the spread looks like it's under a nickel, under a penny. It's pretty tight. And on Bittrex, the spread you're going to get on the US dollar,
it's pretty large.
Might be the difference. It looks like it's over $3.
Yeah, it is.
$2.
$2. So the question was on Coinbase, you were going to look and see what USDC was, if it's a better deal.
So what happens there is that you won't have Filecoin in USDC. Coinbase doesn't do pairs like that. So what you'll have to do is go into, I'm not going to do that on the camera, but you're going to go into your portfolio and then just go to your USDC coin, if you had USDC, and hit convert to USD.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And how much do they charge for that, depending on how?
Absolutely free.
In Coinbase?
Free. Coinbase Pro.
Okay.
I can't vouch for Coinbase. I can only vouch for Coinbase Pro. I can't even vouch for Coinbase Pro, but I've done it on Coinbase Pro a gazillion times.
Hey, when you get a minute, let's circle back to what we were talking about earlier about tax apps for your crypto trading.
I like that. Let's do tax apps for the crypto trading. While I'm sitting on this chart though with Coinbase, I am going to point out this amazing bottom few currencies that I'm looking at here. We have Scale, Go Scale. We have Cardano. I mean, Derek, do you want to say anything positive for Cardano? We're like football coaches, and these are players that played for us this last month. Hey, so Coach Derek, talk about
Cardano's dropped the ball about 10 times in a row, and I'm thinking about pulling Cardano for a while.
Yeah, Cardano's backup has come in on my team, and Scale, I'm looking for who the backup is too in it, but I'm not going to let go of Scale. As soon as I get rid of Scale, it'll go at least to the ionosphere.
Well, why don't you get rid of Scale so that mine will go up, and then I'll do that for you on another one.
You don't even know. I have an order in to get rid of Cardano at $1.32. I'm thinking that it'll shoot through $1.32 like it's a 50 caliber bullet, just right through me, and you'll be happy, and you'll be like, dude, I can't believe you sold your Cardano. That's why I'm doing this.
Well, I got out of EOS because Rob at Dan said EOS is never going to go above like $4, right? And it's like 7 now.
I said Tron would never get above a dime, and it went to 14 cents the next week.
Yep.
So Anchor, a lot of haters on that Tron price. It went sideways for too long. Anchor got down to 12.7, like I said. So I know by looking at this, I'm probably in an order. Oh, I have no open orders of Anchor. So my last order filled on Anchor. Let's take a look at the fills on Anchor. Oh yeah, we got all of our orders filled on Anchor. So we got good price points. As I said, I DCA'd back, or I scaled in at the different levels, and got in at 9.5 cents. There was no reason to have to buy any more Anchor when you get in at 9.5 cents. But I went ahead and said, as it went to 21 cents, I went, okay, I'm going to pick the spots. It went from 9 to 21. And so I'm going to take some at about halfway at 15-ish. I took some at 16.5, took some at under 15, some at 13, and hopefully it's pushing back up. Having a couple green candles on the 5-minute, had some rejection. You don't see a lot of rejection on Coinbase's charts. That's one thing I don't understand, but you won't see a lot of rejection on Wix Coinbase. They're charting. Oh, are we being recorded right now and live streaming? Coinbase Pro's charting software sucks. It sucks. It's the worst I've used. I don't know why they haven't upgraded it, other than they're trying to keep people thinking simple and just pushing in 2 clicks to buy the market, and they're giving them the worst slippage and the worst price. They're staking on Coinbase, some of the worst in the industry. Is it safe? Are they going to empty my account now? Probably. But the point is,
why don't you tell us what you really think? I mean, come on.
The point is, I love Coinbase, what they're doing. They're out there. There's tons of liquidity, supposedly. Why do their candlesticks why can't you even look to the right on your chart and look into the margin? I can't even look to the right. I can't drag this thing. If I'm missing something, please help me understand the hotkeys.
I was wondering the same thing. I mean, that's just chart's useless.
Useless.
That's a good word.
And there's no educational stuff available on Coinbase Pro to help you with the chart. Because if you're in Coinbase Pro, you're supposed to be a pro, which we're not pros, but we've been trading a long time using much more complex software as just retail trading consumers, just retail traders, consumers, non-professional traders. There's no reason for this. So the rant is over. I was going to make a different rant today about Ripple. It was going to be a Ripple rant. I might do that at the end, but I did a Coinbase.
I got to hear this.
I did a Coinbase charting rant instead.
Nice.
All right, so anchor 13.5 cents and maybe coming down. I can't really see that candle very well, but yeah, before I ever buy anything too, there's one place I go, and I did look at job openings on coinmarketcap.com to see if they're looking for someone like me. But I go to coinmarketcap.com because it's kind of a central area for where the prices meet, right? It's like Times Square for prices. They all run into each other, is what CoinMarketCap's data is trying to be. So I'll come here and say, show me the anchor. That's what I say to it. I just had the voice controls turned off today. So these are buying that. 13.35. So we got 13.212. So it's going up is what I feel like when I see that. That's without even looking at the chart. I can get on TradingView, CoinMarketCap, working hand in hand. And I see the daily chart looks great. I'm going to go to a 30-minute chart. 30-minute chart. I'm going to check a couple indicators on this 30-minute chart, like putting on some Bollinger Bands and a strength index, see what other people are doing. All right, so we're halfway on the strength index between the 70 and the 30, about 45 on the RSI. And in the Bollinger Band, I mean, we kicked off that, when we kicked and launched off that bottom band with rejection, which was, according to TradingView, it got down to 11.88. I mean, that's pretty amazing. No wonder I got into that 12.7 order. Let's see on Anchor or on Coinbase what it says it got down to. Let's see if we can find that. Maybe we can just look on the chart. Yeah, so there's no way that wick is touching 11.88. So in other words, if I had had a limit order at 11.89 on Coinbase, and I was watching my charts on CoinMarketCap or any TradingView charts, free widgets, I wouldn't have gotten into that trade on Coinbase. Okay, so this is another reason why I feel like that last bit of anchor, that last anchor, is my last Coinbase order, like my last open order. Let me click on orders for just a second, see what happens. It's not going to show open orders on all things without me going into the history. But yeah, that's how I feel about Coinbase. I don't feel like it's ever accurate. The limit orders that I get picked up on Bittrex they match what the other charts say. And then on Coinbase, it just doesn't happen. They're keeping us in a tight little bubble. So I don't know where you're going to get in on Anchor, Derek. Maybe 13 again. Just hold the ground on 13.
No, I've got an order in at 10. I figure.
Like you.
Well, I've already got some at 11 something, like 11 and a half.
But here's what's unlike you though.
Uh-oh.
For me to be in at 9.5 and you not to put it at 9.4, it just it's not like you. Usually you're trying to one up me.
I don't think it's coming. If it comes back to 9.5, then I would probably go all the way down to like 6 cents or something and try to get in 2000 at 6 cents, but I don't think it's going to come all the way down to that. And I'm happy with a little bit of anchor right now. If all these coins by the end of the summer, 5 to 10x, because, Bitcoin and ETH are probably going to 3x roughly, 2 to 3x. So if the altcoins do a 5x and ones like Anchor and those kind of things, I'm going to be happy, right? I mean, those will be awesome.
But
So
why is Bitcoin such a big leader in this as far as price? What is
they got there first.
Okay.
Yeah, it became a store of value versus just a
Well, the other thing is that being an open source, the blockchain being an open source type thing, everyone's building on top of what Bitcoin has done. So it's kind of like pioneer. And then now with Ethereum being where it is, everything is being built on Ethereum, Ethereum's blockchain. Okay, because right away Ethereum came out and said it was, you know, a little faster, a little cheaper than Bitcoin. And so a lot of companies, you know, when you're talking about being 10 cents cheaper per transaction, a lot of companies went with the Ethereum chain right away out of the gate. And then you have Tron, you have other ecosystems where people are building on. But they're open source and they're building on top. They're stacking like blocks, like money Legos is what they call it. And, you know, Bitcoin's always going to be there. It's like at FNL, no matter what happens with FNL, it still has Chris and Dean and Derek and Rob at the head of it. Even if all four of us aren't here every day, and there's new people coming on the microphone, we're still the Bitcoin of FNL. It's not going to be replaced. Randy's a better trader than me. He's much better to listen to on the microphone, but he doesn't get to just take over the market. He gets to build on top of the open source that we've built. And we'll make improvements because we attached something. I'm using this as a great example. We attached something like Randy on our blockchain, and that made our blockchain even more attractive to other users and more attractive. And so we're building on top of that. So you guys smell what I'm stepping in? Good. Good.
Oh yeah, and I agree with it. Absolutely. It's like David Jeffries is, you know, same thing.
David Jeffries.
Oh, I'm here.
If you haven't read David Jeffries' blogs, you're really missing out. How can I get to your blogs right here on this? Let's see, Blogger.
Well, if you'll go to FNL's website, I know you've been there before, and
you can go there.
Somewhere on there it has something about a blog.
I'm going to go there via FNLCrypto.live. FNLCrypto.live for all your cryptonic needs.
Oh, up there, top line. There you go, blog.
And then we're going to backtrack to blog. And there's David right there. You're getting to listen to this gentleman, David J. From Texas. And if you click on his blog, I mean, he's a big fan of Futures Networks Live. He's one of our members, trying to wrap his mind around futures trading and also crypto trading at the same time. Struggling with taking a picture for Bittrex, but he's a phenomenal writer, and he writes about the psychology. He writes about the people on the other end, the market maker type people. He writes about international affairs with crypto, with security in crypto. This is a great read. Crypto, such a nasty word. All right. Read about that, and it's true. You talk to certain people about crypto, and they're like, nah, I'm not buying it.
I hear it all the time.
Mm-hmm. Especially
They'd much rather buy stocks on a tip they got at the coffee shop.
Oh yeah, they trust it. It's been around. They'd rather buy stocks. I know that who was it? Gary came on and gave us a talk stip. He gave us a talk stip, and it went well. Everybody was super stoked. Everybody kind of bought in because the company that went public you were able to purchase shares of that company in a traditional way, a way you're used to, through your Charles Schwab account, through your Edward Jones, whatever you have, you were able to do it, your E-Trade. And you didn't have to make any adjustments. You just had to say, yeah, do more of what I've always done. That's buying stocks. Now that worked because that stock went up. It was forecasted to go up. I don't know if people are still holding that stock. Let me think if I can even think of what that stock was. Something NN.
Just think 2008. Okay, that'll tell you.
And so, yeah, I know it happened in 2008.
Now the slaughter. Anyway.
So the release, the crypto. I mean, Kraken. I think. I think this is the article that you were telling me about. Yeah, you were telling me about this. This is about them calling for the money from Kraken or from the John Doe summons.
Man, I've slept since I wrote that. I'll have to read it again and tell you what it says.
I haven't read this one yet, David. This is great. Okay. This is great. And then the thief is at your door. It's about security. We talked a lot this week about security, and we're not quite done, as we're going to visit some exchanges today, and we're going to talk about some security issues. All right. And I think I'm going to do that in just a second. Oh yeah, look at this. So I'm going to do the old B-roll here.
Ooh, it's so cool.
I know. Give me just a second. Derek, talking about the swaps, let me know which ones you were interested in specifically.
Well, so I know that you can. Pardon me?
Uniswap was one of them, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, basically, what I'm interested is just getting theta at the best price right now. So I'm self-centered on my goal is to find theta at the best price. I know that you can get it on Simple Swap, which I don't think any of us have used, but I've watched some videos that we could get it on Simple Swap. So I don't know how much it is. I don't know the process. I watched a video. It looks ironically pretty simple to use. Like you literally just type in, your wallet address from your theta, and you put in your cash or you buy it with Bitcoin. So you put in your Bitcoin address and it converts it and you get theta, and then it's in your wallet. So it looks pretty simple. But if you can get, like, let's say that they charge, let's say Simple Swap charges 0.5%. Well, does BitSwap or Uniswap or one of these other swaps, can you get it? Like BitSwap, I know BitBoy talks about the BitSwap supposedly has the best prices. Now, I don't know if that's just hype and marketing or whether they really do, and does it depend on the coin? So I don't know. Be interesting to find out, but I've never gone on. I've never done a swap. Have you?
No, and that's what I've been reading about most of the morning is these swaps and understanding which ones we can use, which ones we can't, how they work, how do their fees work. I went to buy on Just Swap is the one I went to, so I could buy Just. And it said I could do it with my Tron. Well, I don't own Tron anymore, so I'd have to buy Tron, transfer Tron to a wallet. And anyways, I get into this. I get so deep into these, and I always go read the fine print. And I've taken some screenshots of it that they says, but these following countries can't use it. Let me see if I can find my little fancy screenshots. I took a screenshot today that was like,
oh, man. That header down there at the bottom or the footer that's rolling across there is just funny as can be if you read it.
Tom Brady and his NFTs?
No, it's before that $400 million African fertilizer deal that was done on blockchain. It's supposed to lower the COVID rates.
Yeah, because that's what it said. Yeah. I read that today. Wow. That's on cointelegraph.com is where that's coming from.
COVID is a lot of fertilizer.
A whole bunch of fertilizer within itself, huh? All right, well, let's talk about these aggregators in just a second. I will be back in just a second. Keep talking, Derek.
Yeah, no problem. So that's what, guys, I really want to get some theta. I think long-term it's just in its infancy, really good coin. But there's other ones that are out there that are good, like Chris is talking about. Diversification, being into a bunch of different coins. Some of them are going to do really well. Some are probably just going to, maybe only 2x. But I think there's going to be a lot this summer that by, everybody that I've heard that I listen to say, you just have no idea what's going to happen in the next, 4 to 6 months with this crypto market. It's just going to go berserk.
Second quarter is everything I've heard. Just going to go, like you said, berserk. Q2.
Yeah. Yep. Q2. And then right when they'll probably have a little pullback, but after, Bitcoin goes to 100, it's probably going to pull back to 80. And when Ethereum goes to 3,000, it'll probably pull back to 2,500.
Yeah. Buy the dip.
Exactly.
I mean, why not?
Absolutely. Yeah. So yeah. I'm happy, but by the end of the summer, you know, if you look at the chart, like when Chris gets back, maybe he can pull up the chart of what Bitcoin did, you know, in the last like month of the blow off. You know, it's just like when you're in the trade going the wrong way and you're like, this can't go any further against me, you know, and you're like, and it does. It just keeps like going higher and higher.
I see some of those charts, Derek, and I think they're a bit misleading, because if you're talking about the difference between 56,000 and 60,000, okay, that's $4,000, but you have to hold that up against 60,000. And these charts just don't look, they don't look right. I think for some reason that they've been playing with the, what am I trying to say? It's like an algorithm versus a straight up, you know, one-to-one chart each direction.
Well, you can have a chart that is either logarithmic or linear. So that's one of the things like on CoinMarketCap. Chris, you know, either, you know, you can show it or I can show it, or I don't want to, like, since Chris is streaming live, I don't want to interrupt what's going on. I don't really know how that works, but to show.
What do you want me to show?
The difference between, so like just pull up, say, Bitcoin, right? And look at the chart for as on CoinMarketCap, that you can do a logarithmic versus, and I think you can do it on Bittrex too.
Yeah, linear, logarithmic.
Yeah. And it because the logarithmic is based on, you know, kind of the volume and the amount of quote unquote currency in existence, whereas the linear is just that simple, you know, XY graph based on price.
Well, when I'm running the numbers, I'm doing it with a calculator here on my desk. So that's just pure straight linear. You know, when I look at a percentage change and the difference, like I said, between 56 and 60, well, that's 4,000, but you're holding that against 60. So how much difference was that versus a trade that sells for a nickel and all of a sudden it's $1.20? Well, yeah, there's a big difference in the percentage.
Yeah, huge. And that's why, you know, for Bitcoin to go to 150,000, you know, it's only, that's a 2.5 to 3x right now.
Yeah, that is.
So, but some of these other coins, when Bitcoin goes to 150,000, well, I assume Cardano is going to be $5 to $6 to $7. I assume, you know, Filecoin is going to be probably close to $1,000.
So you think that tide is going to raise all the boats then?
It absolutely. That's what all these guys are saying, that the altcoins, and especially the last, and so what might happen too is Bitcoin might peak out at 150 and then it'll start to drop, right? Because people are like, hey, I'm gonna take my Bitcoin and I'm gonna diversify. And so they'll buy the altcoins and there'll be one more, like, let's say Bitcoin goes from 150 down to 120, right? Well, the altcoins at that time may not come down when it's that last, like when the market is topped out, so to speak. You might have that last 2 weeks to a month where everybody kind of got out of Bitcoin and they're all putting in that last pump into the altcoins. And that's what happened in 2017. Bitcoin, if Chris wants to show on the charts, Bitcoin topped out, and then about a month later, the altcoins topped out.
Oh yeah, I can see that there would be a time lag, just because of the human nature of everybody. Either, you know, they're just waiting for a second, like, oh, what's going to happen? They finally make a decision. Let's pump some money into the market. Okay, let's sell this stuff.
Look at what Bitcoin did in the last 2 months, and look at the volume. If you just look at that chart right there. Yeah. No, in 2017, Chris, like right before, I mean, it went, you know, it was going well. And so highlight from maybe the prior high. So right in the middle of the year, maybe, keep going a little bit more. Start from there and then highlight it over to maybe like halfway through the drop. Keep going a little more. Yeah, right there. Cool.
There.
Yeah, that's good. So look at from November to January what Bitcoin did. It basically 5x'd in a month. I mean, look at the date, Chris, when it was at, say, 5,000 or 6,000. And then, so like right there. So what was that? October, 25th, and it was at 6, and then it
Yeah,
went
for
all.
about a month.
Yeah, and
between
then that
6 and
last, so
5
right
and
there,
6.
yeah. So November 15th, it's at 7, say just say 7,000, 7,500. And what's the peak at? What was the date of the peak? December 20th. So basically a little over a month, and it 2.5x'd.
3 years later, on December 20th, there was a lot of market activity.
Yeah.
I don't know what
So
the other two.
Yeah. So the last, pump is going to be,
That was-
huge, I think.
That was a Christmas present, looks like.
Yeah, 1 month
Yeah.
from 7,300, up 10,000 in a month.
Yeah.
You're pretty excited about watching that if you got in back here at, under 2,000. Yeah, keep it going.
How many people
Yeah.
how many people were participating in the market at that time versus the actual exposure today of everybody and knowing about it, et cetera?
Oh,
I
it
mean,
was
this
so
is
thin.
talk about a small percentage of the market at that point in time, aren't we?
Well, and
people?
Dan talks, Robert Dan talks about, he was ticked at he's still ticked at Coinbase, right? Because he had orders to get out, and it was thinly traded, and he had orders to get out at, 17,000, and it didn't get him out until it was down to 16,000. So he lost, however many Bitcoin he had, he lost 1,000 on each because it wasn't letting him get out. There was some weird thing happening, it wasn't scaled and suited to what was going on when the market started to tumble.
Yeah.
So it's the classic thinly traded market. You don't have enough people buying.
Yeah, didn't
Everybody's
have anybody.
selling.
Nobody was on the other side willing to make
Right.
that deal.
Right. But there was some other shenanigans going on with, he talks about, I don't exactly know what happened, but he just said today it's completely different. I mean, look at the amount of transactions that are happening. It's so liquid. And like, Chris, go back to the chart on that day. It looked like 22 million when it hit the peak. Just volume. Oh, it's in dollars. Go up to the, yeah. Okay. That's fine. So go back. So 22 million, or is that billion? Holy
Billion,
crap,
22.7 billion.
Wow. So if we divide that by the price of 20,000, so just say 20 billion divided by 20,000 is what? Is it 2 million? Or is that 20 million? I can't do the zeros in my head.
You tell us.
I'm going to use a calculator.
22 billion divided by 20,000.
I hear the click, click, click of the beads going back and forth here.
Yeah.
Is it like
So 22 billion
thousand
divided by.
Hey, Stoney here today?
1,000.
So it's a 1.1 million were traded on that day, I guess, which is a lot of Bitcoin. I mean, that's basically 1/10 of the market was traded on that one day. Right? Or how many Bitcoin were around back then? There was probably only about
They're not made very
back
fast. It doesn't say that.
Maybe
Yeah.
let's say there's about 16 million, maybe.
Yeah, that's today though. But back then, it was probably, I'm guessing, we could obviously calculate it out, but let's just say that there was like 13 million back then, or 12 million. So basically 1/10 of the market was traded that day, which is a lot. I mean, think about when you have 1/10 of the entire market, being traded. That's huge. So
We're over $1 trillion right now on the market cap, and that's half of the entire market still is in Bitcoin. So the Bitcoin represents a half, and the rest of the entire coin market represents the other half. So about $2 trillion market right now. We just hit that this week. That's in your little little scrolly thing down here at the bottom. So a couple places I like to go. Coin360, you know, it's neat spending some time on Investopedia again. Investopedia is a big sponsor of NinjaTrader. And so they're always talking good about NinjaTrader. Of course, we're licensed NinjaTrader vendors at Futures Networks Live, so that's kind of neat. And it's all tied together, and they were also advertising Coin360. I'm like, I like Coin360. This is a look at the heat map by market cap size. So I guess it's not the size of the entire rest of the market, but kind of is. I thought it was. I thought so it's at 1 trillion and the rest of the market's at 1 trillion. So wouldn't that be half the size? This doesn't look like half the size. This looks like about maybe 30% of the size. It says 56.68.
Yeah.
So that means their heat map isn't scaled correctly is all that means, right?
I was looking at that, and then you moused over there to that 56 because I was thinking it's 55. But anyway, yeah, it's not to scale.
It's not to scale. That really drives me nuts. So talking about these swaps, I'm looking at VeChain today, and I said, you know what? How do I get this VeChain? How do I get Just? How do I get these? And Derek's texting me, how do I get Theta? So the best crypto swaps, I think is what 7 best crypto swap platforms. This is on Hedge with Crypto. I noticed that a lot of these that came up were things I wasn't familiar with. So I went down the article and checked them out. Changely comes up all over the place. Changely, I've never used Changely. Gives you a little review on Changely. It's the most popular fiat to cryptocurrency exchange, one of them in the world. Widely known for their instant crypto to crypto service, crypto swap platform. Let's see what coins they're going to have. Or this is what I looked at: the reviews, the fees, the security, all that jazz. What don't they do and what do they do? One thing about Changely is it does zap your. It integrates with using the Ledger Nano wallet. A couple of these tell you that right away. That one of the advantages that is which wallets it works with, which currencies they're going to trade. Usually the swaps do hundreds of currencies. Like this one has access, this swap space, to 300 crypto assets. All right, quit calling them assets, they're cryptocurrencies. Stealth X, 300 coins and tokens supported. Simple Swap, is that the one you were talking about, Derek? Simple Swap.
Yeah, Simple Swap.
No account registration or know your client required to swap cryptos. No limit on the amount of crypto that could be swapped. Supports over 300 cryptocurrencies. User-friendly interface for beginners and intermediate investors. Anonymously convert your digital assets and tokens in minutes. Send crypto assets directly to Chris's hardware wallet. So that's pretty cool. It has all those features built into it. Swap Zone, Bit Zone, all this stuff. So here's what a swap looks like. I'm going to go to Just Swap. Oh, it took me to a help article because I was already there today. I was trying to get this Just Swap going. Now I have cookies.
But Just Swap didn't have Theta, right? Or was that? No, that was
Sushi Swap. I think
Sushi
is
did.
the one that has Theta.
Looks like it lives on the Tron chain.
Oh yeah, this is the reason Tron is on the map now, is because Just and Tron went whoosh the other day before all these coins started to come back. And we went on to Just Swap and started to look through some different things, reading the fine print. And
It's in English too.
And it said in there that you can't use it if you have if you're a US citizen.
IP address.
Yeah, you would need a VPN to get in here and use Just Swap. Okay. So that made me start just looking at all the exchanges, all the swaps. Which one can we have access to? You cannot use BitThumb. You cannot have Hotbit. I think, well, before we get into which ones we can have, as I'm looking, I come across that there's a lot of these things called DeFi aggregators. which is what a swap is an short term for aggregator, and basically finding the prices at different exchanges and doing the deal there in the middle based on a median. And this was rated by 5 hackers on launch day, this one that tried to come out. So
but wasn't one of them a white hacker, a white hat?
A white hat, right. Only one
Okay.
friendly white hat hacker. That just sounds like the Smurfs or the Ku Klux Klan. What's a white hat hacker? Assisted the team by alerting them to prevent further losses. So a white hat hacker, meaning he knows how to hack computers but works for the good guys. That's how I take that.
Well, some of them get paid as a white hacker to find the soft spots or the problems with your program, and then once they find it and show it to whoever, they get paid a bonus or a finder's fee.
Well, that sounds like what's the Catch Me If You Can
Yeah,
guy.
yeah, the guy that worked for the FBI.
Ends up working for the FBI. He's still
Frank
doing
Abagnale.
Yeah, Frank Abagnale, same thing.
Okay.
He was so good at breaking the law, they brought him in to work for the law. That's basically what the white hat is. So good at hacking that he works for the good side. There's that Coinbase 360 ad I was talking about. What I like about Coin 360, they say never fall into bias. Like they represent the entire market. That's kind of what we're trying to do at FNL. And I think Coin Market Cap and Coin 360 both do a great job of that. This hack that took place, they were able to get away with 183 Ethereum, which is worth about $367,000 at that time. And so there's a big to-do on how did they get in. So because it was built on open source, everything's put on the open source. This hack does us a favor because they find out, okay, this could have been presented using standard Open Zeppelin ERC20 or adding a safe transfer form wrapper in this X sushi contract. So once I read that, I had total peace of mind, of course.
Oh, yeah.
And you could repeat that in your sleep now.
Was that lead?
What happened, Chris?
Is that Led Zeppelin or is that? Oh no, that's Open
This
Zeppelin.
is unleaded Zeppelin. This is
Unleaded Zeppelin. That's
This
what the
could have
problem
been
was.
prevented by using a standard open lead Zeppelin ERC20 or adding a safe transfer form wrapper. That's my safe transfer from wrapper. So in other words, Derek, remember when you were getting those illegal packages?
Yes.
Was there
I was going to say you're
was there a safe transfer from on the package? Or?
No, there wasn't. And I think we should tell our kids to use a safe transfer wrapper, if you know what I mean. So
I'm wearing my grandfather's shirt today. I agree. Tell your kids to wear a safe transfer from wrapper.
Well, that's what wrapped Bitcoin is. They put it in a wrapper so it'll go down the Ethereum pipeline, and it doesn't see it as Bitcoin. It sees it as an Ethereum product.
Really?
David, say
Wow,
that. I just read that today. Say that again.
Okay, let's talk about sending something down a pipeline and it only accepts nickels, but you want to send a dime. Well, you have to wrap that thing up and make it look like a nickel. So that's wrapped Bitcoin gets sent down the Ethereum blockchain under a different protocol because it's got camouflage on the outside. It says, don't look at me, don't look at me. I'm
Perfect.
Something else.
That was our big question we were talking about the other day when we talked about wrapped Bitcoin was why is it considered wrapped? Why is the value the same as Bitcoin? And so David J has uncovered that mystery for us as to what wrapped is. And it's funny, you'd have to have about 3 college degrees to know this language. Us as United States consumers, retail traders, how the heck are we supposed to know this language without doing the deep dive? So while everyone's working their 9 to 5, us junkie traders have time to look this stuff up on the internet.
Yeah, I saw that at midnight last night. So.
Yeah, you learned how to wrap that rascal at midnight last night.
It was 2 days ago, and y'all talked about it the other day. But I'm a little slow on the uptakes of some of these conversations.
You know what, David? Though we're really good at talking about things and stabbing at it, and then you come back with the deep dive on what Look what I uncovered based on you sticking your toe in the water. I went down and cleared this out of the drain. It was stuck in the drain, and that's what's really good about what we do here. What we do at FNL.
There's so many different things that people do well, and man, I learned so much listening to all of you guys. So I'm proud if I can just add a little bit to the conversation. And I try to make sure that little bit that I add, you know, that I've actually researched it, not just some BS. So that's why at some point, let's talk about that tax thing that I
We'll
was
go back to the
mentioning
tax
earlier.
thing.
Yeah.
You know, David works for the IRS, you can tell.
Of course I do, and you do too.
Theta mainnet launch March 15th. We know that, but they do have their other launch coming up for Theta and Theta Fuel on, what is it, 80 more days? All right, which exchange has Theta? Binance. Where can I swap Theta is what I want. Where can I sell Theta? Coin Square. Not good, not good. Man, Theta Swap. Oh, I should have known just to go to Theta Swap. Geez. This looks like you can swap anything for Theta and Theta Fuel. Derek, just go to Theta Swap.
There you go, Derek. Maybe he'll play with that and ring it out for us, tell if it's any good.
All right.
That is a big issue, finding a pair or an exchange to work with something that you want to play with. I mean, gosh, you can shop all day long and not find just the right way to do it.
Hmm. $20-minute transaction deadline. You can set your deadline. See, these swaps don't show you everything that they have, like all their things that you can get. Derek, are you still with us?
You saw that 3% surcharge in there, didn't you?
Is it 3%?
Liquidity providers. It's back a couple of screens.
And 10 Theta Fuel reserved for each transaction fee as well.
Yeah, I got to spend some gas to get down the road.
Liquidity providers earn 3% on trades. Sure, fees are at. I don't know how to use these swaps.
Yeah, there's one called EOS that supposedly does everything for free, but you got to put money into there and fund it and stake it first, and then you can pull it out. Like it said, you can withdraw it later. So I think there's some others that do that also, and it's called kind of like Uniswap, I think.
All right, so this is going to work. You just come in here, it looks like, and you're going to put your wallet in here, right?
Ooh.
And it's going to swap you for
It's gonna
for however many Theta Fuel you want. Derek, are you doing this or what? We lost Derek. Hans Crypto Anderson, please report to the crypto chamber. Here, let's just come in here and type in 1,000. We want 1,000 Theta Fuel. Okay. I'm going to do it with my H bar. All right, it's got to be a wallet. Please install the Theta Wallet browser extension on Chrome to start using Theta Swap. This page will then automatically refresh. Derek.
Come on, Derek. We need your wallet, man.
Come on, Derek. Let's go, buddy. I think he gave up. He cashed all of his money back in for euros. All right, so announcing Uniswap version 3. This is a big deal. I saw a news article about this the other day. Uniswap, itself has a token. It's in the top 20. And Uniswap's about to do, where's it at? Overview of Uniswap version 3. We're targeting an L1 Ethereum mainnet launch on May 5th with an L2 deployment on Optimism set to follow shortly after. Oh, the fluffy words these guys use. Of course, this will help you understand everything that you need to know. about liquidity pools. That's a whole nother session, liquidity pools. We're not going to get into that today. So Uniswap, let's use it. All right, here we go. We're going to swap from, you swap all these things, Derek, on Uniswap, is what it says. So there's your USDC you wanted to use. I feel like you said you had some US Tether dollars. Can't use those.
He wants Filecoin today. Let's see. Give him some Filecoin.
Well, you can get that on the other places. The only thing he wants here is Theta and Theta Fuel. I don't see that here
okay.
either. It's not here. Okay, so let's see if I was going to use my store J. Can I buy Theta? I know I can't trade it in, but can I buy it? So I don't know where to get Theta is the answer unless you go to Theta Swap. That's going to be my go-to answer from now on when someone says, where do I get Theta? You're going to go to Theta Swap or Binance through a VPN. Charts. Give us some charts. See, Uniswap has great charts. Look at this. All this, but no Theta and no Theta Fuel. They do have perp. Keep seeing perp. They have the Keep token. You can get the Keep token on Kraken, Synthetics Network, Celsius. So you can own Celsius through Uniswap. Huh. All right. Well, that reminded me of Celsius period. The answer was given earlier. Why was I not going to be opening up a Celsius account today? And David hit it on the head. I don't know if it's going to say it here, what I'm looking for. Just say it out loud. But the point is that, go ahead and tell us again, David, what's up with Celsius?
Okay, the desktop version is to be announced in the futures trading. No, I'm sorry, in the future. So they don't have it yet.
At the moment, we only have a mobile app available on the Google Play Store for Android and Apple for the iOS. You'd have to get it on your iPhone or your Android phone. And then from there, that's it. And that's the biggest complaints and on the reviews that I read the 4 main, top reviews were that this is ridiculous to want to, it's a lot of money that you're handling through your phone. And people want to sit and have more access to it than just a mobile app, I think. I don't think that makes them feel so warm and fuzzy. You give that mobile app all these permissions when you accept it. But Celsius was getting the main review issue was technology, is that these people were getting the spinning wheel of death trying to access their cryptos, trying to just log in, total login difficulties. So remember this little saying that I don't know who taught us this, but just because something sounds good and you think you should do it, doesn't necessarily mean that you should do it. Timing is more important on this. So with Celsius and Voyager, all the reviews I've read about these simple to use, giving you a boatload of rewards back for staking and holding your cryptocurrencies with no limits and no lockups. But the reviews from the users so far that have gone down that path, they just aren't good. I just haven't found good ones yet. And it's because it's a new technology. And, on one end, they're trying to make security top notch. And on the user end, we want security to be top notch, but we don't want it to be so difficult that we can't get in. And I think that's one issue that these are having. This article says some things, performance issues in the app. Let's see what this says. Not responding, lagging, crashing. That's what all the reviews that were written this month were about. Not responding, lagging, and crashing. You know, with 5G and mobile devices, you know, people carrying their microchip right in their hand, 1984 George Orwell style. You about convenience, baby. We want it now. We want it to work. If we can't get it to work, we want to Yelp about it, and then we want to move on and try a different app. We don't want to struggle through an app. Like if an app is a startup, not when it holds one Bitcoin in it, $60,000 in one of my Bitcoin. I don't think I'm transferring it into an app that's not responding, lagging, crashing. From all the reviews that were written in April and March. So I'm not going to Celsius right now. It's not that important to me. With 9,000 coins on the market, if Celsius has something I can't get other places, I don't own that coin. That's me. So I'm going to click out of Celsius, and I'm going to wait till I get some positive reviews from some people that I trust know what they're talking about.
Chris,
About that. Now we can go talk about taxes, David. Now we can do the taxes.
well, just shortly, I just want to talk real quick about using that mobile app, the convenience, and how many people live, you know, with a phone in their hand. But you know, back in the early 70s, after let's say the Watergate, they found out during the Watergate investigations that there was a little unit in the Army that was listening in on conversations through the long distance telephone circuits, a microwave. And these people were just sitting on the back side of a microwave tower with a big old receiver, big old ear, and it actually looked like a hippie van. You know, had marijuana painted on the side, screw the army, and all that stuff. But inside, underneath that camper top, was millions of dollars worth of receiving equipment. And we listened in on every phone call there was for 300 foreign embassies. So guess what? If you don't have a VPN on your phone and you're playing with crypto and big money, you're asking for problems. So I'm talking about 1970, 71, 73, okay? It's not old hat stuff to listen in on a phone. So I want to talk about the taxes if you got a second. You ever heard of GAAP, G-A-A-P?
For the gap insurance.
Okay, GAAP is generally accepted accounting principles. And the IRS is such a huge organization. You know, you go to 5 or 6 different, agents, collection agents, and they're all going to give you a different story. So what I've found out working with a lot of contractors in the past that deal in cash and sometimes other things that weren't generally accepted, if you're going to hire somebody to help you with your taxes and you're going to hire an accountant, make sure and hire one that is willing, able, and has been in front of an IRS and willing to go sit down with the IRS. Don't hire Stoney, I don't know if you're listening, and I don't know where you're at, but if you hire a bookkeeper and they do your books for you, and then when it comes time for an IRS audit, they say, I don't know you, it's kind of late. So when you do hire somebody, I hired somebody that wants to go right out there on the edge. The IRS rules are nothing printed in stone. There's so many different ways they can go. So if you want to play out there on the edge and become creative, make sure your CPA will go to the IRS with you. Okay. That's anything else you'll know, we can talk in private.
That makes sense. You know, some of these people that will do your taxes for you, and it could be the same person you had year after year. They're looking for your business, and they're going to put their stamp on it. But once you get into trouble, it's going to be on you still. So if you tell them that you have expenses like, $1,000 here, 10,000 here, 5,000 here, and you get put through the audit's on you. The audit's not on your agent, your accountant.
Yeah.
So I think that's what David's trying to say. Who's going to go to the mattresses with you when it hits the fan? What kind of person are you trusting to make sure that your financial and well-being and freedom is in store.
I sleep good at night knowing that I got somebody that'll cover me. Like you said, if you got to go to the mattresses and fight these people, hey, I feel good about it.
Yeah. I had a lady in the dance business that was someone I knew from my first year in the dance business that was always giving me advice and stuff. So of course, when I finally got around to owning my own business, I called and said, "Hey, D," her name was Diane. "Hey, D," I said, "I need an accountant. I need a bookkeeper." She was, "Oh no, I'm not keeping your books." She's like, "But I'll do your taxes for you. I'll help you out for, first couple of years. I'm really busy though." So she helped me for a few years, and I learned a lot because you finally had someone that was willing to work with you, that someone that had been in that industry for 40 years and worked on some high level for some high level companies doing their taxes. Well, she's going to help someone with Mr. SB, small business, do my taxes and understand all of the parameters that are not set or set for you to be taken advantage of or take advantage of. And those were some of the best years of my life. Once she stopped doing my taxes, I couldn't find anyone that was as flexible. She was like a yoga accountant, right? She'd be like, "Let me get you into this pretzel right here." So
my first accountant that was willing to do that and could go to the IRS and stand in front of me, he passed away early, but that's who I look for. And I'm pretty satisfied where I'm at now. They're more than experienced on going to the IRS and saying, "What the hell are you guys thinking? This guy is a good guy." So that's what I like. Somebody to go to the mattress with you.
So where are they located at?
Mine?
Yeah.
It's my daughter's firm in Gainesville, Texas.
Gainesville, Texas. Okay.
But I know some other accountants in the Texas area because I networked with the Chamber of Commerce there in the North Dallas area, and there's lots more of them that have those qualifications.
Okay. I might be a side phone call is what you're saying.
Okay.
Okay.
And they could find someone, that I like someone I can walk into their office, say hi, and they know who I am.
Right.
So that's what you probably would want to in your geographical area, someone that has those qualifications.
Right.
And that's the cheapest thing you can find is somebody that doesn't need a lot of your time. You send it into them, they say, "Man, you need to move this around," and okay, let's file it. And then here's your money back.
Yep.
That's what I like. Sweet and simple.
That's what I like too. All right. Thank you.
And you talk to them ahead of time, don't wait till the end of the year, ask them
right. Yeah.
a couple times a year.
Yeah.
Did I mess up whenever I sold this house or whenever I bought this piece of property, whatever.
David, we're going to get into my Ripple rant for a second, because it kind of goes with some of the stuff we were just talking about. Not really, but kind of. The Ripple rant is just this: XRP, not Ripple. They're actually two separate things, strangely enough. But XRP is something that, even my wife comes home from work and she says, "Hey, my coworker is buying up XRP and says you should be too." And I was like, "Well, I can't buy XRP. We can't get XRP. It's not available to Americans. Where's your coworker buying XRP?" "I don't know. I'll ask him." So either way, I'm keeping an eye on XRP. My rant is, I know XRP has the potential to go back up. It's the number 4 coin on the cap, number 4 coin by market cap right now, and it's been supposedly dormant for a while. Number 5, sorry, I had to go look. And it's got a high ceiling. We know that. It's going through a lawsuit with the Securities Exchange Commission. And as I'm waiting for all this here, remember the Securities Exchange Commission is out of which country? Right. And so they're keeping us from being able to trade, buy, sell, hold XRP. And because it's not legal here. So I'm trying to find XRP, and I go to the international exchanges without a VPN, of course. This is last few weeks. And you try to buy XRP, and it says, "Oh, I found it. Oh, I'm going to buy it here." And I'm clicking on it. I opened up an account with Kraken because I thought XRP was on there. So I click on XRP as the first thing I was going to buy on Kraken was XRP. And it said, oh, no, not you. Not you. You're an American. You can't buy an XRP. Okay, well, I'll find somewhere that will sell me the XRP. I'm out in the corner, man, midnight. I'm like, hey, man, you got some XRP? I'm looking for XRP. No, man, I ain't got any XRP. I got some Ripple. No, I don't want no Ripple, man. I'm trying to get XRP. All right, I wasn't really doing that. But the point is that this week XRP went to 91 cents from the 47 cents I was staring at trying to get the XRP. So essentially, it 2x'd on me while I don't have access to it. My rant is about why can't we have access to it when everybody else does? Are they protecting us? Is that the answer, David?
They're testing the water as best I can tell to find out exactly how far can they push control or regulation. I'm sorry, they're from the government. They're here to help you. They want to regulate it and keep you safe. So I think this is just one of their test cases. It's going to, you know, I heard today that it's done over with, you know, XRP is going to win, but I don't know. I don't know where they're going with this, except for I know down the road, this is part of their strategy to test the water.
Well, Mr. Peter Brandt, who looks strangely like Bill Gates' cousin, maybe his half brother. He says that this is an extremely rare pattern that XRP has made with its Bitcoin pair. It's formed the extremely rare compound fulcrum pattern. Compound fulcrum pattern. I thought we were good traders. Thought we knew a lot. I don't know about.
Could you say that a little bit slower?
Hey, listen, compound fulcrum pattern, right?
Okay.
Which is used by point and figure chartists. Huh, go figure. Brand says that this could be a powerful bullish buy signal. So this is what this pattern supposedly looks like. Notice that he doesn't highlight anything on the pattern that he sees. But if I had to think of what a compound fulcrum pattern was, somebody want to help me?
Well, that's a real high leverage technique. You haven't got much on the line, but you're leveraging quite a bit with a compound fulcrum.
And it says that it's always a bottom, never a top. It occurs when a market forms a complex head and shoulders top pattern after a prolonged and extended decline.
Oh, head and shoulders. Do you see that? H&S?
Yes, what I said, head and shoulders.
Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't listening.
You were reading too, that's all. Yeah, complex head and shoulders top pattern after a prolonged and extended decline. Okay.
Is that a head and shoulders right there? No, that's a W. That'd be, I don't know.
I want to say he's talking about like an inverted head and shoulders.
Yeah,
here.
exactly. Okay. That
Right
makes
here.
it complex because it's inverted. All right.
I really think that's what he's trying to say.
Maybe he didn't, you know what could very well be though, he did not understand it. And as a litigator and needed something to do, he's going to go sue somebody because he didn't understand it. So what they're doing is they're walking out there and showing everybody their stupidity. That's not a complex pattern. That's a pretty, what am I trying to say? Common pattern.
Yeah, they're trying to make it difficult. So you feel like I'm in over my head. I couldn't possibly take time away from my daily life to learn what a compound fulcrum pattern is.
Okay.
I agree.
That's just my opinion.
And the heck with it being extremely rare, but I'm going to do a little research too, make sure we understand the pattern correctly. And, you know, XRP, it says Bitcoin has joined the big leagues. That's another thing Peter Brandt has said. XRP is up more than 72% over the past week after surpassing the $1 level earlier today for the first time since March 5th, 2018. Brent has been incredibly critical of the cryptocurrency, repeatedly calling it a scam due to its affiliation with blockchain company Ripple. So I don't know the entire details on Ripple and XRP. I stay out of other people's court cases. But I know there's a lot of people holding XRP, and I know a lot of those XRP holders are filing litigation against the SEC for making it to where they can't have liquidity of their assets. Now
think
there's
their
now
first,
those,
yeah, the first lawsuit that they lost was to be able to enter into the suit as a complainant. So I think they won that eventually and were allowed to represent themselves in court as being part of this problem.
Nexo moves to counterclaims. XRP liquidation. SEC used to call XRP digital currency. Used to call XRP. Has to explain in court why it backs off now. So in other words, it's calling it digital asset now. It was calling it currency. Isn't that some cover your butt type stuff? No, we didn't say it was currency. We said it's an asset. It's called cryptocurrency everywhere I've looked, not crypto asset.
I wonder who called that Piccolo player a butthole. Ooh, you've heard that joke.
Oh man. No, I have not heard that joke, David.
Okay, for a different time.
Okay. Next target, $1.30. We'll see about that. That's from 1 day ago. So check out your XRP, but the rant was, again, we can't buy XRP. So this news is irrelevant if we can't buy XRP. All right, let's look at any of these on the side here. I think, did we stay on track today? I get lost very easily. Trying to chop this stuff into useful videos that are compartmentalized. It's all over the place.
I think we only massacred 2 rabbits today.
Not bad. Not bad. Lance, what are we going to do with you, buddy?
I don't know, man. I tell you what, I took in a lot. I took 3 pages of notes, so I've got a lot of work to do on my side.
Lance, could you send me those notes so I can remember what I said?
Oh my God.
Let me do this, Lance. When you're going into the website and you get to this FNL Crypto 40 watch list, it's more than 40 coins now. It's going to take you to coin market cap.
Yeah.
Okay. Now you can't get all the coins on here, but this is a good place to learn about some of these coins because there's a big difference here. There's some large cap coins. Bitcoin and Ethereum made the list. Theta's considered mid cap. Mid cap would be something between 1 and 10 billion maybe.
Okay.
On the market cap. So your large cap are your Bitcoin, your Ethereum, maybe your Ripple, your Cardano, your Tether dollars. Those are going to have the smallest price swings. Okay.
They're going to have the smallest what? Say that again.
Price swings.
Okay.
So they're going to swing the smallest, like the shortest little curve. Just like when you're doing stocks, you got your top 500 blue chip stocks.
Yeah.
They're called your safe bets, right?
Right. Yes.
They're going to move up and down the least.
Okay.
And they're going to stay long-term stocks. They're going to go up just 2 to 4% safely. That's kind of what people say. And then you have your mid-cap coins, which would be between 1 and 10 billion. Okay. Most of the coins I'm looking at are in that mid-cap range. It means they've made it over the hurdles of being initial coin offering startup companies or startup coins. And they've gotten enough traction that they're going to be in their fastest growth rate. The swing of a new coin, a small cap coin, something under $1 billion in market cap, is going to be the biggest. You're going to say, oh, that thing went up 100% this week.
Right.
And it can go up again 67% more next week, but it can also go down 67%.
Correct.
So that's the risk that you're looking at. So when you're looking at risk, and we talked about hedging your portfolio, you're not going to take all your money and just put it into a Bitcoin, unless that's what the kind of investment you're looking to make is a long-term investment. And at that, hey, Bitcoin's made a great pullback, so it's a good time to do that, possibly. Ethereum, you can stretch your legs a little bit, have a little more flexibility by owning Ethereum because it costs less. So those are your 2 major large caps to put some money into. If you're going to diversify your portfolio and do, let's say, you did just 25% large cap, 25% mid cap, 25% small cap, and 25% stable coin. I mean, that's if you were going to do that. Then you're looking at taking this market cap, taking those extra digits out, and here we go, 9.7 billion. Filecoin, which was my buy of the day, especially when it was at $1.43. Our order's in at $1.36. looking to get into Filecoin as it's becoming a safer bet, moving from mid cap to large cap. The thing I like about Filecoin is you can get it on Coinbase, you can get it on Bittrex. I think you can get it on Kraken. So you don't need a lot of coaching on how to get it. You just got to go to one of those websites and go through the hoops of getting signed up, and you'll be in, and they'll say, you ready to buy some coin? And you can type in Filecoin and find it real easy. The thing that's impressive about Filecoin is how many of them aren't out there yet, okay? That the price is going to be able to go up, that has such a high ceiling from where it is today. It's in its infant stages, and yet its value is really, really strong and holding $150 per coin. So this to me is something that's going into being a large cap, and it's a safer bet. It's given a really friendly pullback here at the end of this, in this last week, back 20%. And so
What's their total supply right now? I see they're circulating, but what's their
2 billion, I think, 2.2. Let me go look. I don't know how you can possibly remember this stuff anyway. 2 billion. I was right the first time.
Oh
2
yeah,
billion.
there's a lot left to play with there, isn't there?
A lot of room, and the Filecoin ROI is already out the roof. In the last 90 days, it's gone from down to $20. It's gone up to $260 on Bittrex.
I looked at that yesterday. Somebody had said something about Filecoin, and I thought, man, that's not a big enough pullback. It looks like it's definitely coming down, but it's not there yet. So I thought, well, I'll dip my finger in there and see what it's like. But that's definitely 11% on that 24-hour.
Well, you got 7 days. It was up to 237 on here, which ironically we know for a fact it went to 260 on Bittrex, and that's what we're talking about. The exchanges aren't consistent. Bittrex had a wick that you could have got out at 260, and this isn't even reporting on CoinMarketCap.com. It's only reporting up to 237.24. So inconsistency there. So that was definitely, it would have been within the last 30 days. But when you look at this, it's been up to 237 and down to 136. Is that a substantial pullback? What's the math on that? 240 and 140? 7 over 12? Yeah, it sounds like it's almost 60%.
Yeah.
And look at 163, 136.03. My order's at 136. I'm looking for a 7-day low to get in my order. I'm kind of feeling like I might not get in.
Now it depends on your investment strategy. Is it buy and hold? Is it, you got a 10 days you're going to hold it and trade it?
With Filecoin, I'm buying one Filecoin. I think I'm going to try to buy it and get out at a dollar amount. So I'll hold that coin at $136 per coin until it's worth probably $1,360. That would be my goal on owning one coin, is to 10x it. I read something, well, what we don't know, this is the diligence that has to be put into researching these coins, is we don't know like which ones of these coins are going to go through the halving process. They're going to have the negative net burn like Tron just went through, which helps their value go up. Do they all do that? So much to learn. If you know the answers to those questions, you get to come on the mic and share with us, all right? So understanding supply.
Do they advertise a hard fork when they go through that halving and say, hey, we've got this problem, we're going to split?
Well, Tron didn't do like a fork or a halving. It literally does a negative burn. It's kind of like a racing coins over time is how I take that.
But
so
that was predictable, because they said anytime it goes up to a certain point, I'm going to burn a coin to make sure that the inflation does not catch up with the price.
Precisely. So you knew it was coming with Tron. Is that going to work with all the coins and tokens?
depends on their rules, because they write these rules, whenever when they manufacture the coin.
Yes. They have their own rules on how they work. This one has proof of replication and proof of space-time. So that's a new one. I've heard of proof of stake, proof of work, proof of believability, proof of liquidity. This proof of replication is new, and so is proof of space-time.
Yeah, I'm going to read that whole thing. I guarantee you there's a reference in there somewhere to Stargate 1, okay?
Check out CoinMarketCap's Alexandria for the deep dive into Filecoin. So this is pretty neat. This Alexandria, I keep getting drawn back here. Like I said, I should work for CoinMarketCap. And this gives you a deep dive into how Filecoin works, the fundamental characteristics of decentralized storage, the desirable characteristics of Decen, we'll call it Decen store, and how Filecoins embodies these characteristics. All right, so they're saying that everything that you need, we got it. I like to think that storage might have some of it too. So I'm also looking into storage and Filecoin at the same time. Alexandria.
Yeah, I haven't gone that route yet. I keep looking and seeing it. The Library of Alexandria. Okay.
So the Library of Alexandria was the world's first known attempt to create a universal library, one place to store all of the knowledge that existed and could be collected at that time. In fact, the creators of the library once wrote that they wanted to collect, if possible, all the books in the world. Pretty interesting. So they're saying that, Alexandria trumping Webster, taking over Webster.
Yeah, that's bigger than Wikipedia.
Forget what else I found on here that I thought was really exciting. One thing I wanted to point out is CoinMarketCap tends to have this relationship with Binance and privacy coins. Anyways, when you go into, I think it's more, no, maybe home. Yes. Learn and earn. That's what it's called. Learn and earn about cryptocurrencies. So crypto basics, is that where we want to go? No. Where's the learn and earn?
Go to the Binance site. I bet it'll lead you to Alexandria.
Hold on. Learn and earn crypto. Coinbase has one of those, but there it is. It's going to take me right back where I was just at. Learn crypto, earn crypto. Okay. When I first got started in cryptocurrency, the first thing I did was learn and earn on Coinbase.com. Lance, this is for you. If you had done it on CoinMarketCap, you would have gotten started and seen this. You would have been introduced to the Nervos network. You would have received Nervos rewards, actual coin, for learning, for watching a video, completing a simple little quiz that's made for 5th graders, and you would have earned that crypto. So you could have earned Nervos. You could have earned and learned about 1inch. The graph, that was also available, that learning platform came out on Coinbase, and we watched the graph go from 26 cents to 288 a couple days after the learning came out. The sandbox, learn about Orchid. This is the VPN I was telling you about, the crypto powered VPN. You can buy Orchid on Coinbase. You can buy Orchid on Kraken. Helium, Terra, and Luna. Learn about it. Learn what you're investing in, at least from the standpoint of them trying to sell you on what they do, unique from the person next to them, the company next to them. Kava, could have learned about Kava. I'm still going to learn about Kava because I like Kava, so I'm going to learn about it. Now, when I click on Learn Kava, one thing I want you to know about this, you're not going to earn. The campaign has ended. This was available to Binance users. Binance is the #1 exchange in the world by market cap. All the rewards they allocated towards this earn and learn program through coinmarketcap.com were used up when they let Binance have access to that. So the campaign has ended. There's no earning, but you can earn an education. You can learn and earn. So you come in here and you start with this and how to earn more with your digital assets using Kava. Let's check it out.
Earn more with your digital assets using Kava. Kava is a decentralized bank run by hundreds of organizations across the world. Unlike centralized banks that take profits for themselves, the open, decentralized bank of Kava passes the profits back to you, the user. Kava helps you earn more with your digital assets by giving you new ways to earn interest on your crypto, by providing you extra capital when you need it, and by giving you rewards when you contribute to the Kava platform. This is enabled by Kava's revolutionary open source technology that creates an open, decentralized network capable of delivering financial services globally to anyone, anytime, and anywhere. All of this is operated collectively by thousands of people, businesses, and institutions around the world, each of whom hold Kava, the token responsible for security, governance, and representing ownership of Kava. Kava is truly run by the people that use it. When users, developers, or financial institutions use Kava, they are rewarded by the platform with valuable Kava tokens, giving them ownership and a voice in its ongoing evolution of new features and services. Any financial service or application can integrate with Kava's open platform. Services that use crypto assets can integrate Kava to offer their users Kava's financial services like loans, stablecoins, and high-yield interest accounts. As a growing world of users, applications, and financial services use the Kava platform, Kava tokens are consumed by the protocol at a faster rate, becoming more scarce over time. Powered by revolutionary technology and owned by its users, Kava's decentralized bank has the potential to revolutionize the finance industry by removing the middlemen, unnecessary fees, and giving users the ability to earn more with their digital assets. Kava is putting financial power back into the hands of the people.
Power to the people. Sorry, I didn't mean to go to nervous. Power to the people. Kava. Kava. You can get Kava on Kraken. I have Kava on Kraken. If it starts with K, you can buy it on Kraken. Kava, Keep, Kyber Network, they're all available on Kraken. That help you a little bit? Anybody like that?
Yeah, it's all good.
See, I like that stuff too. And so you're going through this earn and learn crypto, and you might not be earning anymore, but you're going to learn about some things. And what I like about what they've chose to put available to us on CoinMarketCap's Learn and Earn is they kind of like covered a few different industry type coins. All right, Orchid, crypto powered VPN, that's nothing like the rest of these. The Sandbox, it's a place where it's a virtual world. You can build, own, and monetize the entire gaming experience. There used to be a game called Minecraft that a lot of kids, even my generation was playing Minecraft. My kids were playing Minecraft. And you get lost building these worlds. Well, now Minecraft is like old hat. And look at the graphics on this, what this is being built on this sandbox. And hey, you know, the real world, you have to wear a mask and you have pollution and you know, I've had a couple car accidents just recently right outside the homestead here. Virtual world, you can create your own little thing. I think people are getting lost in it, but you learn about these different things based on their use case, their utility in the marketplace. The graph, it's an indexing protocol and global API for organizing blockchain data and making it easily accessible. So just trying to clean up all this data. 1inch is a DeFi aggregator. We know about that. It's like a swap and a decentralized exchange with smart routing that minimizes price slippage and finds the optimal trade for the users. So let's go learn about a digital aggregator really quick, just in 2 minutes from the 1inch video. And know that I tried to go straight from this video to using the 1inch. Like, it appealed to me.
Finding the best exchange rate for your tokens is hard. Comparing rates on all DEXs takes time, and a mistake can cost you a lot. Also, rates on DEXs are not fixed. The more you swap, the worse the exchange rate will be. So we've created 1inch, a DeFi aggregation platform that analyzes all the DEXs for you to provide the best possible exchange rate. We split the amount you wish to exchange into several parts. and then swap each part at the best rate at a different DEX. We burn gas token inside transactions to make them cheaper than anywhere. Also, our platform can perform multipath swaps. Sometimes it is profitable to swap source token to destination over multipath to achieve an even better rate. 1inch checks this opportunity for you. Get the best rates today at 1inch.exchange. Finding the best exchange.
You'd like to think that all of the exchanges would have a similar commercial, right? We're doing this, finding you the best price, lower gas fees, fast transactions, most availability to coins and tokens. They're all going to sell you the same thing because they're all created the same way. If you look at them, they look the same. They literally are doing the same thing. 1inch version 2, let's hear it. What's different?
1inch has always strived to make the world of cryptocurrencies better, and we're proud to announce 1inch version 2. The main component of the release is Pathfinder, an API containing a new discovery and routing algorithm which finds the best possible paths for a token swap in the shortest possible time. Pathfinder also utilizes multiple market depths within the same protocol. We enhanced the UI with an intuitive and user-friendly and modular design, and pumped the response times to be the fastest on the market. You can now customize your swaps with our advanced settings, enabling you to further hone your trades. 1inch V2 supports all major protocols and can now pack, unpack, and migrate collateral tokens from Aave and Compound as part of the swap path. V2 optimizes aggregation gas costs overhead to nearly zero, and thanks to the partial and dynamic fill mechanism, the probability of failed transactions has been dramatically reduced. Security is important. The 1inch V2 smart contract has passed over 9 security audits. Make your next token swap on 1inch today.
Don't you just want a 1inch?
Yeah.
When you watch these commercials, you're like, give me that. All right, so we're gonna look at one more that I haven't brought up ever. And this one's on your phone. And this is the one my dentist showed me. And it's called Uphold. So I know people that have Uphold in their wallets right here in the US. So this is a safe one to show you that you can have Uphold. I don't know about their fees. I don't know how Uphold works, but I know that they have access to quite a few cryptocurrencies. And that's what we're looking for. 36 digital currencies. So if you went to Uphold, let's see if there's anything that we need that we haven't been able to find elsewhere. Well, you can find Polkadot. That's a pretty cool one.
Yeah, I saw that right up front, Polkadot.
Filecoin, IOTA. I know there's an M on that, but it's still pronounced IOTA. Neo, you can get Neo on Bittrex. Uniswap tokens, Tron, you can get on Bittrex. So I don't see anything here. Oh, there's one right there. You can't get ZIL. Now, when you go to Bittrex, which is probably going to kick me out, but we'll still go search it. Yep, it kicked me out. We're going to go search ZIL on Bittrex. And nothing comes up for me. If I go look at the markets, it says that Bittrex has ZIL, but because of where I am, I can't use it. Yeah. So ZIL I know is one of them. You just can't have it. Maybe it was Kraken that said, yeah, we have it, but you can't buy it. So Zilliqua, I don't know. World's first blockchain to be built on a sharded architecture. Don't know what that means. So what is sharding? Zilliqua can divide its network into multiple categories. Each can process transactions in tandem. For example, if six.
Sharding is distributing the data across multiple database systems.
Perfect. That's what blockchain is database system.
Yeah, it's distributed data.
Yep. 6 shards, each with 600 nodes. A node is a computer, a terminal that helps process and validate these transactions. then all the shards will collectively be able to process around 28 transactions per second. So they're working super fast. The sharded architecture allows the throughput of the platform to increase almost linearly as the network expands. So, all right, their goal is to provide a secure and logical smart contract layer to allow security by design, smart contract programming, and verification. You know, you go to Zilliqa's website, it's a lot of Flash. It's actually changed. That's interesting. Catalyzing open commerce, leverage on our silicone, smooth, speedy, and cost-effective blockchain. Research brought to life. Mainnet live since early 2019. Eco-friendly dual mining. Thanks to Zilliqa consensus mechanism, the ecological footprint of mining has considerably been reduced. Only 1 minute out of every 2 to 3 hours is needed to mine ZIL, allowing one to dual mine other chains at the same time. Of course, non-custodial staking, custodial meaning someone overseeing, you're in charge of your own staking, is what non-custodial means. It's competitive, lucrative staking offer set to drive more value and utility into Zilliqa's circular economy and introducing the governance ZIL token, that enables long-term token holders to play a part in the Zilliqa ecosystem. Crazy, crazy. But the thing is you can't really find it anywhere. And then we get to this uphold and it says it has it. Open an uphold account. All right, let's go look and see if we can first. Legal. Prohibited use.
One more down.
Oh, I missed it.
Well, yeah, licenses for residents of the United States. Ooh, I knew there was going to be something about Texas in there.
There's your money translator license that I was trying to get us. All right, so I can trade. I can trade an uphold, right? Is that what that means?
See if Randy can trade in there.
If Randy can, you can.
What am I trading?
Try Louisiana.
Check
Did you
it
pass
out.
up Louisiana? I couldn't keep up with you.
Cajun country.
Uh-oh.
Oh, man.
We can't do it, bro.
Well, there's not enough French.
You're out of
They
here.
need to
Enough
translate it.
masses involved.
Yeah.
C'est dommage.
Yeah, it's a mosh.
So no uphold in Louisiana. That's of all the places.
I know.
Yeah, all the crooks.
What?
So,
Talking about the mayor of New Orleans?
I don't understand why we can't trade this stuff that well.
that was my rant. Why are some things not allowed and some things are? And what's the deal? And the funny thing is something I read earlier. What was it on? I was trying to get into one of these swaps or exchanges. And the list of, I screenshotted this. I wish I knew where I put it. But the list of places that couldn't be in were the United States, North Korea, Syria. There was 5 places on there, and they were all really questionable. The United States, North Korea. Any other countries that they don't have freedom in?
Well, some of that is because of the political situation is not stable enough for them to decide they want to do business with us. That's because we have, it swings back and forth depending on who's in power in Congress and the presidency.
Look at that perspective, David. So it may not be that they're not allowing us to get in from a homeland security standpoint.
Yeah, they don't trust us.
It may be the other exchanges are saying, hey, we don't want to come to your house and eat dinner. You guys keep your family business in there, and we'll be over here eating dinner.
Do you know what a retroactive tax is? It's when they come in
Yeah, I've got
1985.
hit with retroactive taxes before.
Okay, so they come in, you've already done business for a year, and they come in a year after that and said, oh, by the way, you owe taxes from the year prior. Well, the year prior, it didn't exist. How do you do business with people like that? They change the rules, okay?
That's like it's like a dad playing cards with his kid, right? You just-
And that does keep us out of certain markets because they don't trust us.
Makes sense. It makes sense.
And
to me.
dollars. Makes sense, and dollars.
It makes sense and dollars. That's like a fit. What is it? What do you get when you have 50 female pigs and 50 female deer? You're going to get $100,000. I'll stop those. So, well, thanks for tuning into FNL Crypto, where we talk about things that are of value and things that aren't of value. Homeland security, value, not a value. It's a value. And like David said, I've always looked at it as a perspective of they're trying to keep us out of trouble, but you put up the argument that maybe trouble doesn't want us.
They don't have time to play our games. They are still in the survival mode, and that's why I say we ain't got time to play these games. We still gotta make bread and flour, and we still gotta eat. I don't have time to play political games.
XRP, it kind of set the precedent for what they don't want to get involved with our SEC. What happened with the XRP and Ripple. If you just go focus a little bit, guys, I know we're trying to make good decisions, but I put these coins on here. Don't just buy these coins because they're on the list, but these are really good things to keep an eye on. They're things that fall in that mid to small cap, besides Ethereum, of course, and Bitcoin. And you can come right here to the homepage and you can click on chart by chart. Like if I want to look at Ethereum, I already know that I'm not going to probably want to buy it right at 1995. So I'm not going to look at that chart. But if I was looking at H bar, okay, there's the chart. Where's a good pullback? I could get on here and really quick, I could take about 10,000 hypothetical dollars and I would put my orders in where it made sense to me to get into something like this. And without getting into a lesson on trading, you can put limit orders in that are good till canceled and walk away when you get into Bittrex, into Coinbase. So I could put a limit order, let's say I like way down here at 15.6 cents. Put my limit order there on H bar, walk away. Go look at Kava, get Kava on Kraken. I don't know. Maybe down here at 427, I put an order. Maybe I put another order in way down here at 270 and roll those dice and see what happens. I don't have to part with that money until that order gets filled. So a couple different options there on some good coins. You're not just going to jump in these coins. Look at Celsius. We've been talking about Celsius all day. God forbid, don't jump on Celsius. It's already gone up really heavy.
Yeah.
That's one. Two, it may go sideways a little bit and have a third big one, but you don't know where that might retract back to and give you a chance to get in. It could come back as low as $3.60. It could more than have. So don't jump on things that are moving up. It doesn't work that way. Just know there's too many offerings out there for you to get antsy and jump on something. I don't care if it's Bitcoin or Ethereum. There's a lot of other options if you stay in the top 100, 200 coins, which if you're looking on this list, they should be in the top 300 at the lowest. Even Strike that just came on the scene and is only tradable. What an ugly chart. Only tradable on Bittrex. It's still in the top 300 coins out of 9,000. Okay. And there's what the chart looks like on a 30-minute chart. Just whoosh. I told you it went up to 90 last night. Okay, that was on Bittrex because it looks like it only made it to 77 on this chart. But it was a really big spike. What is that? That is one big whale of a purchase, I would guess. And then what happens is all the limit orders of people that are done holding their strike already, they're impatient, They've watched their strike go down and down and down since where they bought it up here. They sold and sold and sold and sold and sold. Maybe they were holding on to it before it ever came onto the main trading scene. Either way, that's where it sold. It also sold when it first came on. So it came on the scene on Bittrex only. And it went woohoo all the way up to, well, this says $350. I don't think that I had that same height on Bittrex. And then it came all the way down to $10. And then it went up to $80. Sorry, this chart's not as accurate as what I've been looking at. And then here we go. It's wiggled between $38 and $80 for a long time. Not even a wick has taken it down past that $10 mark. So even a new coin like Strike, is what I'm trying to say, available on Bittrex, is in the top 300 coins. So that's what you're looking at when you're looking at the coins on our watch list. Things that have been around, excuse me, and proven themselves a little bit.
Chris, is there another possibility to that spike? It could be the whale that bought also had sell orders at the top where he thought they might be. He was on the top and the bottom. Same person.
You could be.
That's I don't know if that is a strategy or not.
Absolutely. We bought something at the bottom. I showed you guys that chart a while back where we bought it at the bottom. It was going through consolidation. We bought it. It expanded, and we sold it at the top and bought back in at the bottom of the expansion. So we were basically considered market takers at that point, profiting in the interim while that coin was establishing its upward movement again. We profited in the bounce on the expansion. So I'm doing that for a few $100s. Imagine what people are doing when they do that with serious intent, with thousands and thousands of dollars.
Like a hedgehog.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Here we go. This came all the way up. One candle, it came all the way back down. It should say, see, it doesn't show the same bottoms. If you look at that same candle, it says 41. And if you go to Bittrex, which doesn't like to stay loaded today, and look at the market, that same candle comes back to $10. Up 46%. Good for you. Good for you. Okay, Strike Finance. Currently around $38. And you look at the look at the longer term chart. We'll go, that's 30 minutes. And so this is the same scale we looked at on CoinMarketCap. You can see the wick came down to $10. So it came down lower on the second candle than it did on TradingView. And that's why I put my limit order back there at 10. I had a limit order at 39, thinking that it would come down and hit the bottom of this candle where it closed again. And I was right, because it is in the 39 range. It was at 38 a little while ago. It's currently, the last trading price is 37.5. Okay. So, and now for the first time in the day, the depth chart is starting to show more bulls than bears. There's more orders on the order book going long than people trying to get out of their holdings. So, and then if you look at the way people are trying to get out of their holdings, look where the prices are. Someone's getting out at 42. They're like, I've had it with holding my strike. 44, 47, 50, 53, 56, 60, all the way up to people like me that are going to say, I want out of mine at, look at that. Someone's already put their order in that if for some reason this spikes up to 45 million, that's where they're going to sell their coin, their 0.229 strike. What a bonehead.
Hey, Chris,
Yeah.
do you think they just made a mistake?
No.
I mean, 45.
I just think they're boneheads. I think they're like, hey, I'm not going to bed without putting a limit order on the board. This thing goes up to 45 million. I'm out of my 0.229 strike finance coins.
Okay, come on, Rob, fess up. Is that your order
Ah,
right there?
that's all. I got busted again.
Oh
Caught
yeah,
again.
you're having some playing some muscle memory there.
There you go. I'm still waiting for that anchor to come on down and get me. Hasn't done it yet.
I got in at 12.7
Yeah, I have it at like 12.
on the last order. I did it at 16.8, 14.7, and 12.7.
Yeah, I
And
might
of
as
course,
well.
my original's at 9.5.
I know.
So look at this though. So 1,000, if this were to get to 1,000, 1450, these people are like, I'm out of my strike finance at that point.
Yeah.
This right here, 245 strikes, it would sell for approximately 355,000 US dollars.
Nice.
All right. So should I have a limit order in for my strike? Maybe.
What does it cost to put the order in?
Free.
Nothing.
Bingo.
It's gonna charge you when it fills the order. So it's not gonna charge you while it's just to submit it. So you can submit them all over the place. It's gonna tell you what your estimated fee is gonna be, but it's not gonna charge you the fee.
That's right.
So it doesn't hurt to have limit orders. A lot of times I put limit orders in on things that I don't feel like keeping an eye on. I have a limit order in right now, complete transparency on that, on Engine and IOTA. I've had them for a long time. And if they hit my limit order, I just won't have them anymore. I can't wait. I can't wait for that to maybe happen.
We going to Vegas.
Because they're not an ecos, they're not something I'm going to hold on to for the long haul. So I got them for like a short-term investment. I'm holding them already a month longer than I want to because they took a dip and didn't recover. Finally, Engine's making a climb and I'm being greedy on it. I'm asking for a 2.5x on my original entry point. So it's like kind of a mini savings account. If I was staking Engine.
In this market, I wouldn't call that greedy, 2.5x.
Yeah, just looking for 2.5x, still 200%, 250%. I'd like to welcome Dean and Rob to our session.
Hey, Chris.
Thank you, Chris.
Hey, Dean. How's it going, buddy?
Hey, Rob. Good. How are you?
Right on. I'm doing good. I'm good.
Now you can get yourself some Dean and some Rob.
On what's the exchange? FNL exchange?
If you go through FNL's Trader Creator, all right, FNL has a peer-to-peer sharing knowledge system, and it's been put together. It may be collected from a lot of different sources, members, internet sources, many trades taken, many hours of lengthy conversations between traders. But you're going to hear Rob and Dean at the forefront doing most of the presentation, the delivering of information on behalf of the members. They put hours and hours into that Trader Creator, both in video and PDF versions. And so that's going to be something that if you're at FNL, you get to go through our Trader Creator knowledge system, and that'll help you be a better trader for sure. So Rob and Dean aren't going to do Trader Creator tonight, but they're here with us live at FNL. Welcome, boys.
Hey, thanks, dude.
Thank you. That's very nice intro.
Yeah.
If you go through the Trader Creator series, you will have more of me than you possibly want. Or maybe I'll just grow on you and you just want more and more. Maybe it'll be one of those deals. Who knows?
Hey, Chris, you did a great job today, man. Thanks for that. Now I got a lot of questions and we'll be in touch.
Yeah, I'm going to jump in again in the morning, Lance. So if you want to jump in and we need to go into a breakout room to have some one-on-one conversations, because it's kind of hard to do money in front of 20, 40 people, or live streaming on YouTube in front of potentially 2 billion people, right?
Yeah, right.
Not that it's going to happen that way for us. We have 0 viewers today, I'm sure. But
man, were we live today?
We were live today. And that's why I wasn't showing balances and such too, making sure that we were doing everything within regulation. But Lance asked me to help him with a little bit of this crypto talk, and it's just a good time for me to also remind everybody that we are not financial advisors. We're not trade callers. We are not professionals, for that matter. What we are is a group of traders and a group of regular people that have worked our tail off to gather information, and then we share it. We just share it. And actually, there's probably nowhere on the planet that tries to share it at a better value or a better price point than what we're sharing it for at FNL. You can hang out with traders at FNL for, what'd you guys spend to hang out with FNL for the last year? Less than $100 a month is what people paid last year. As we grow in numbers, the prices are going to go up just a little bit. So if you're interested in trading and learning to trade any financial asset that has a price action to it, in other words, that has liquidity, then maybe go to futuresnetworks.live or fnlcrypto.live and fill out a contact FNL form and ask us for a 2-week visitor pass. Just by doing that, you can have full access. If just being a visitor, paying no money, you can come in and listen to Anthony Crudelli talk Monday, April 12th. He'll be at FNL at 11 o'clock Eastern time. And so just asking for that pass sometime between now and 11 o'clock on Monday, the 12th, you would have access to listen to one of the top, I guess, public personality traders that's available from Futures Radio Show. So there's a benefit for you. Fill out that pass, and Rob himself will probably reach out and call you.
I will.
Hey, how's it going? There you go.
I'll call up and say hi. See what they're. I think, Chris, one of the things that we're going to continue to do that I've done in the past is talk to every trader that comes in, myself, Dean or Ladine, and assess where their needs are in trading, because everybody's at a different level.
Would you say that you're going to help people develop an individualized trading plan?
I am. We're gonna help people develop an individualized trading plan.
Oh boy, that sounds exciting! And you're going to teach them about position situational awareness and risk management.
At PSR is part of the playbook. There's no doubt about it.
You must be psychic, Chris. Psychic. It's like you're reading our minds. It's so scary.
Are you going to make them practice in simulation mode before they go live with real money?
I'm not going to wait. Hold on. No. We're not going to make anybody do anything. But we're gonna highly recommend it. We're gonna strongly recommend it.
Yeah,
highly suggested. Highly suggested. And then when they don't do it and they blow up a couple of accounts and they come back and they ask, well, Rob, what do you think I should do then? Then we'll say, okay, why don't you get on your simulator, go back and do playbacks. Let's get 250 trades under your belt, and let's see if you're making good decisions following PSR. Because I'll tell you, folks, you really do have to track your trades, especially your first trades, your initial trades, write down notes, and take screenshots. We'll probably have that out next week. I'm hoping that we get our trade review process outline done. And, so folks can literally screenshot their trades. Come in, share their charts, share their screen, and we can analyze and, give you some confidence that, yeah, you follow PSR, or, man, what were you thinking? I'm not sure how this follows PSR. Can you explain it to me? How this? And that's okay too. That's okay too, really. So we just had the market.
I'll be talking to you a lot, Rob.
Right on, dude. Awesome, Randy. So we did have the market open. We're up at the top. Let's see where we're at on the dailies. I don't know if this is the all-time high or not. This is the first time I've seen my charts. We are at the all-time high. So first time I've seen my charts, to be honest with you. Yes, Dean, for sure. So we are at the top. Let's take a look at, what does the price want to do? It's going to want to come back down. Am I going to trade off of that? Well, I guess I could with a really short stop. If I wanted to trade the open and get in, at 40.75 and maybe let's take half. Let's chop this in half. If I took that, chop that in half, that would be a realistic gain I could make. So if I was going to go short here, I would probably try and get in. Let's just cut this candlestick in half. Try to get in there. Let's do a 2-point stop. 1, 2, there we go. So if we make a higher high, we're done, right? And then what about our gain? 1, 2, 3. P3S2 against the trend. That's probably the trade I would do. Now, would I want to go long here? What's the trend been today, Dean?
Up.
What?
It's been up and it's been down and it's been up and it's been down.
Yeah, that's one of those. Well, it depends on where you're looking.
Yeah. Recently, we made a higher high.
Yeah, if you walk across the room, you'll notice that the colory stuff is higher up on the right side of the chart than left side of the chart. So that means that overall it's going up. But when you look, you're right. When you look at the time frame from 9 to 11, well, that was up, but dang, we had another 2 hours where it was down, and then it went sideways, and then it went up again, and then it came back down, and then
yeah, it's the old snaking EMAs, right?
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, that's price action going back and forth through the EMA. I mean, that's
isn't it
like,
funny? It's like you almost don't even need to know what those dotted colored lines represent. You can see them all just sort of swinging and hanging together.
Yeah.
And when you do step across the room, that's one of the ways the market says, man, we don't know. We're kind of undecided here. We're just can't quite figure it out.
It has been in a pattern all day, though.
It has. No, it has.
It took a while to recognize it, but it would go and it would do a couple of closes below the -2 sigma on the Bollinger. Then it would try to go to it again, and then it'd cross over to the other side, do a couple of closes, and then turn and not be able to touch it again and go down to the other side, do a couple of closes, try to touch it again, turn